right. All right. So today we are going to have a bit of a bone to pick, right? There is a bit of a bone that I am going to pick with things. Good morning, Skippy. Everybody who's just now coming in, make sure you guys double tap your screen, show some love and support, hit the subscribe button right above my head, all that fun stuff. Now, I must say, I wake up this morning to a commenter commenting on a old post back when I got demonetized like months ago. Don't know why this random person would go back and comment on there. No idea, actually. Think it's a person who really genuinely um I'm on camera. Think it's a person who really genuinely is a hater and always for some reason has tracked my channel and hates and says that I'm just a liar, I peddle lies, I steal people's content, I do this, I do that, blah 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 blah. As you guys know, I have these streams I'm doing here, and then once I get off stream, I am doing videos on other subjects, and I am trying to up my video game, as you may say. Good morning, Skippy, if I didn't already say it. Now, to anybody in this chat, I gotta go back and I gotta get a couple clips from a few different streams ago because I feel like I have some good clips. I must say that if there's anyone in this chat or anyone in general who comes to my channel repeatedly just to talk crap, I mean, that in itself is wild. I only have 10.3 thousand subs. So, I mean, God, I must be famous enough already, right? So, this chatter put in the comments saying, that I deserve to get my channel deleted because all I do is peddle lies about Erika and Kirk and Charlie Kirk, and that I deserve to get my channel deleted, and all I do is lie and do this and do that. And but I was so fucking tired when I first woke up this morning. I didn't even care. I just deleted it. And I deleted the post on there because I'm not demonetized anymore anyway. I don't push any lies. I always play devil's advocate. I've played devil's advocate for Erika Kirk many times. Yesterday's stream was one of them. When the whole moving the picture thing, this and that, I always play devil's advocate, and I always try and play. Not, I don't want to say both sides, but I always try and look at both sides' perspectives to give an honest review on my side and how I feel. I've criticized Candace in the past. I've criticized a lot of people. Okay, that I go over streams of that I do. I criticized a lot of people. Okay, and I continue to do so, and I will continue to do so. So for you to come on my channel and talk shit, at the end of the day, dude, if you don't like the content, just leave. No one is asking you to stay here. No one's asking you to continue to sit here and watch me or any of this. I play both sides. I look at both sides' perspectives, and I make my own assumptions and I make my own assertions. Okay? Period. Point blank. And if some of my assertions or some of my theories want to make you comment on my channel saying that I deserve to get my livelihood taken away because this is the way I make money and I'm pursuing my dreams on here, trying to get to 100K, trying to build a community of like-minded people, of trying to build a positive community on here, and we have a Discord and everything else. If you have a problem with it, then why don't you go start your own YouTube channel and tell the truth. Tell what you think is the truth. Push the truth. Push instead of coming on my channel and commenting. Why don't you go ahead and go create your own YouTube channel, get your own 10,000 something subscribers, and you go tell your truth. That's how we're feeling this morning. I'm not playing any games, and I don't peddle lies. And matter of fact, that's why I have this other freaking computer down here, right here, so I can fact check, so I can look things up as we're going through things. Welcome in, Raja. Don't spam or you'll be blocked. And at the end of the day, if you want to come here and sit here and tell me I peddle lies and I deserve to get my livelihood taken away, then why don't you go make your own channel, get your own 10,000 something subscribers, and say your own truth? Okay? Because anyone that watches me and anyone that knows me knows that I look at both sides, I fact check, I criticize both sides, and I do search for the truth. And so for you to go back on a post that's months ago, like, I mean, I was demonetized in like a few months before October, like 3 months before October, last October. I've only been monetized for about 5 months now. And I've been trying, I try and stay within the guidelines. I try and do my best on making the best content I can on the side. Like I said, in the morning we come on, we have our fun, we do these streams, we react to these things, we vibe, and then after I'm trying to get better on my video game, on my video game, uploading videos, uploading shorts, doing these certain things. And so I feel like there's a valid effort, and there for some reason has been a valid effort for people to come and criticize not only me and my channel, but to try and discredit me and get me out the way. No idea why. Is it because they see me now media coming up really fast as a threat? I don't know. But if you have a problem with any of my content, take it up with me. There doesn't have to be this false reporting, childish bullcrap. Doesn't have to be that. I work very hard to make sure I come on here. I'm a single father of 2 daughters. I get up in the morning, I get them ready for school, I bring them to school, I get home and I get on live and I try and give you guys the best me I can give you. And in return, you should at least have the decency to understand that, respect that, and possibly, at least give me the respect of like, oh, he's, come to me about it. My Discord's out there. SeeMeNowArmy.com's out there. There's many ways to get a part of me. Or there's many ways to get a hold of me. So I don't know. I'm just not playing games with it. I'm over it. This is why I have stopped reading a chat during lives. I say if you want your chat read, you can super chat. Because at the end of the day, I'm over it. We run it up every day. Usually we every day we try and get 100 likes within the first hour of the stream. We usually achieve it. It's awesome. I have the best community on YouTube. You guys are always awesome. But when it comes down to people going back months, and I'm talking what makes this person go back months to a post where I was demonetized over bullcrap. I fixed my channel. I revamped it. I deleted almost everything. And I started from scratch. I worked my butt off. I'm remonetized. It just is what it is. So for you to go back months and talk like this is crazy. And I'm peddling lies about Charlie Kirk. Go take your problems up with God. Go take your problems up with whoever the fuck else. But like I said, if you feel like I'm peddling lies and I'm not doing a good enough job as a journalist or a reaction person, or I'm not doing a good enough stream, you go make your own YouTube channel. You go get your own 10,300 something subscribers. Where are we at? Let's see where we're at right now. You go get your own amount of subscribers like this. And you go tell the people the truth. You tell them what the truth is. Because God forbid I get on here every morning and I try and sit here and decipher between the two and seek what's in the middle and tell the truth. I'm not here to tell the truth. That's not my job to tell the truth. My job is to sit here and gather facts and information and put it out for you guys to decide. Now that my ramble is over, thank you to everybody who does support me and who is in here and who does continue to come in here every single day and support your boy. God bless you guys. I have to leave at 1:30 because I have to be at the school for my daughter's Valentine's Day party. Now, I work my butt off. Everybody go look at my recent video. Go check out. Let me know what you guys think. Steve will do it. Opened up on a clip about how Nelk apparently it was, being shady towards him. I covered that. I got 2 other videos that I'm going to be dropping that I have recorded. I'm trying my best. I'm one person. But you guys need to figure it out when it comes to who you're going to hate on. It's just not going to be me. So God bless everybody who's here. Make sure you guys double tap that screen. We're on the road to, right now, we're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We're going to be hitting 11,000 soon. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button above my head. Like I said, we are at 10,320. So everybody hit that subscribe button. Show some love and support. We always try and hit 100 likes within the first hour of the stream. So make sure you guys double tap that screen. If double tap doesn't work, hit the top. On the top right corner of your screen, hit the 3 dots and hit the like button with the notification bell so you can be a part of every single stream. Now we're going to go through the stream because apparently Candace is taking the next week off. I wasn't going to go over Candace's streams today, but apparently she, just like Candace made a Brigitte Macron series, she's going to be making a Erika Kirk series. This is how deep she's going to go into investigating Erika. So I figure it'd be pretty interesting to watch this stream and then go over the Nancy Guthrie updates and everything else before I have to go to my daughter's Valentine's Day party at school.
Grooming. Now, Baron Coleman. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry that I'm running late today. Just so much that I wanted to cover, or our last show before we go off air next week, preparing for our limited Erika Kirk series. Now, we had received a large influx of emails because Baron Coleman had a bit of a viral episode regarding a seemingly weird relationship that Erika had with a then 15-year-old girl named Jillian. Erika was 25 years old at the time, and they developed a relationship that some people believe amounted to a type of grooming. Now, Baron Coleman was very clear. He gave specific instructions to his viewers not to reach out to Jillian, who is now an adult, about the situation. And I, for some reason, was unable to follow these simple instructions. I reached out to her immediately. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I had a great chat with her about her dynamic with Erika. So welcome back to Candace. For sponsoring today's episode, it's the only skincare brand that I've actually stayed consistent with and what my routine is built around. Winter is when skin really takes a beating, and that dryness can make fine lines show up faster. You can find them by visiting nimiskincare.com and use my code Candace10 at checkout, and you'll get 10% off your order. Okay, so today, obviously, like I said, is our last episode before we take a week off air, pulling things together for our Erika Kirk biographical series. Working title, Fatal Attraction? I'm kidding. Maybe I'm kidding. We don't know. Speaking of a fatal attraction, something that has been doing the rounds on social media, thanks to, first and foremost, a YouTuber by the name of Nicey. So full credit to Nicey. And then, of course, Baron Coleman.
Turn this playback speed down a bit. Anyone want to get their name written down on the donut wall, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And anyone want to get their name written down on the donation wall, send through your super chats. Any chats that are going to be read today are going to be donations. I'm not going to read chats for free unless they're going to be moderators or people that are here, that I've been here for a while and part of the family for a while. You can't write down text on a $1 dono, otherwise I would read a $1 dono. So it's $2 and up that I will read. I do have a donation goal up of $5, 10 donations, $5 and above. So 10 super chats, $5 and above. Get your name written down on the donation wall behind me, and the camera will track me when I write it down so you can see where I write it. And any big donations, YouTube does take a big or brutal 30%, and a lot of people don't like that. So go to the Ko-Fi.com link that's pinned in the comments and show some love and support. Welcome in, Mom. Appreciate you for being here, showing love and support. But anyways, make sure you guys double tap that screen. We always do this every single day. Within the first hour of the stream, we try and hit 100 likes. We have 41 minutes left within the first hour, so everybody just double tap your screens and show some love and support.
Owen picked it up. I love it. We're all just pooling
Good
information.
morning, Farmer. Good morning, everybody in here that's new. Good morning, Jay Lopez, everybody. And everybody say hello to Mama Kanya.
And here we are. Is regarding this relationship that Erika had over, it looks like social media. A lot of it played out over social media. And I'm just going to actually cut to Nicey here, who's going to unpack it for you. And to give you a little bit of background, it's 2013, and therefore Erika has just completed her year as Miss Arizona, and she's 25 years old at the time, Erika is. And now you're going to learn how she met Jillian. Take a listen.
Back in 2013, Erika was 25 years old, and she was in a relationship with a basketball player named Joshua Harrelson. So at the time, he was living in Michigan, and Erika moved out there to be with him on the evening of September.
I keep forgetting that this goddamn camera tracks me. Oh, you guys can see the names under the clock at least. You guys can see the dono names moving on to the next wall over here under the clock, so that's good. Much love, man.
15th, 2013, Joshua Harrelson and
a YouTuber, like I said, is
and one of the reasons why I wanted to go over this stream too is because she's actually covering the Erika France v text or Erika Kirk text with the minor. So this is gonna be interesting. Everybody double tap that screen, man. We have 39 minutes left. Let's try and hit 100 likes. Everybody double tap your screen. Show some love and support. If double tapping doesn't work, hit the 3 dots in the top right corner and hit the like button that way. God bless.
Our last
Most
episode.
importantly, hit the subscribe button right here. And thank you to Farmer8869 for the subscription as well. God bless you and your family.
Before we take a week off air, pulling things together for our Erika Kirk biographical series. Working title, Fatal Attraction. I'm kidding. Maybe I'm kidding. We don't know. Speaking of a fatal attraction, something that has been doing the rounds on social media, thanks to, first and foremost, a YouTuber by the name of Nicey. So full credit to Nicey. And then, of course, Baron Coleman picked it up. I love it. We're all just pooling information. And here we are. Is regarding this relationship that Erika had over...
Yeah, me and Candace have a lot of like that, Mom. 100%. And maybe one day I will get to meet Candace and be on her thing, because maybe I'll do, but I don't do as good as research as like Baron and stuff like that. If I could research like Baron and Ian Carroll and like do good work like that, then we would probably meet, but I'm just a loser YouTuber.
It looks like social media, a lot of it played out over social media. And I'm just going to actually cut to Nicey here, who's going to unpack it for you. And to give you a little bit of background, it's 2013, and therefore Erika has just completed her year as Miss Arizona, and she's 25 years old at the time, Erika is. And now you're going to learn how she met Jillian. Take a listen.
Back in 2013, Erika was 25 years old.
Now to you guys who watch me every single day, we already went over this video, right? So this is going to be old news to some of you guys, but the people who are new into the channel and haven't seen this, buckle up because it's pretty interesting.
And she was in a relationship with a basketball player named Joshua Harrelson. So at the time, he was living in Michigan, and Erika moved out there to be with him. On the evening of September 15th, 2013, Joshua Harrelson and Erika met a 15-year-old girl named Jillian Falcon. And I know this because Jillian tweeted about it. At 3:53 p.m., Jillian tweeted that she was out for sushi with her friend, and 2 hours later she tweeted, "Just met Miss Arizona and Josh Harrelson, heart eyes emoji." Now, I'm not sure if Jillian coincidentally bumped into Erika and Joshua or if they were introduced. What I do know is that Jillian had a friend, and the friend's grandparents were renting a home to Erika in Michigan. So I'm not entirely sure if all of these people just bumped into each other coincidentally at the sushi restaurant or if they were formally introduced, but nonetheless, they met, and Erika struck up what I view as a very odd relationship with the 15-year-old girl named Jillian.
So I can help clarify. I can build on that. Like I said, I spoke with Jillian, and that information, part of that information is very accurate. It was about payment for rent, and that is how Jillian meets Erika Kirk. She opens the door. She's presumably living with or visiting her boyfriend at the time, and she sees Erika Kirk, and she thinks, oh my gosh, this girl, 25-year-old girl, is so beautiful, and Erika is extremely kind to her, and they start speaking, and somehow, and Jillian does not recall how this transpired, somehow during this rent arrangement, Erika and her exchange numbers, okay? So what happens next is they begin messaging each other, a texting relationship, and across social media, making comments on one another's posts. And in the beginning, it seems fine enough, I guess. The conversation is polite, maybe something that you might expect to see between someone who has some level of notoriety or fame and one of their fans over social media. But then it picks up, just as Nicey indicates. It picks up, and I am going to allow you to listen to her explain what then transpires. And I would also, again, like to reinforce the fact that this girl, Jillian, is 15 years old, and Erika
Grab some water, guys. I'll be right back.
is 25. It's worth mentioning that at this point in her biography, Erika is also working with sex trafficking charities. This is that year where she says that she got involved with a sex trafficking charity over in China. I'll have more for you on that next week, but take it away, Nicey.
On February 13th, 2014, Jillian replied to one of Erika's tweets by saying, "At Erika Francevy, gorgeous as always." A few hours later, she then tweeted, "Why did at Erika Francevy just send me this?" Laughing emojis, and there is a photo which says, "This Valentine's Day, I am going to touch your butt." Jillian posted this tweet on March 6, 2014. So Erika says, "Let me call you, hold on sweetheart, give me a sex. Wow." And then Jillian says, "Okay," and puts laughing emojis. Erika then says, Sex too, but not from you, lol. Holy laughing emoji. You always make me laugh. I don't bat for the other team just yet. On March 13th, 2014, Jillian shared another screenshot.
Again, does that seem very Christian to you? Catholic. It does seem Judeo-Christian. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a comedian.
Of her text messages with Erika. Erika says, "I forgot to tell you, hydrate tonight. No alcohol, and don't eat a lot of salty foods. You don't want to look bloated." Jillian then responds, "Thank you." Erika says, "No alcohol. Really, Erika? Age recognition, you twat waffle. Apparently, I haven't had my coffee yet." What the hell, Erika? Laughing emoji. Well, on that bite, ... Note, damn you, Siri. Come on, hashtag the struggle. What are you trying to say, laughing emoji? Spit it out, you twat waffle. On the morning of March 26, 2014, Jillian tweeted, "I just want to be somebody's woman crush Wednesday. Is that too much to ask?" That evening, she then tweets, "Thank you at Erika Francevy for making my whole week." And she shares this photo, and the photo is of a gnome, and it says, "I want to be inside your lady garden." Know what I'm saying? On April 3rd, 2014.
I forgot. I don't even remember that part. That's wild. All right, guys, keep double tapping that screen. We got 33 minutes left within the first hour ending. We are at 16 likes. Double tap your screens, guys. Get those likes up. Let's try and hit 100. We always try and hit 100 within the first hour. Show some love and support.
Jillian tweeted this picture and said, "I miss this goon." A few minutes later, she tweeted, "Did Erika just text me hashtag no new friends? Oh my fucking god, I can't." A few days later, on April 5th, 2014, Jillian posted this tweet, "Getting this in the mail from Erika Francevy." And in the photo is a red box of chocolate-covered strawberries and other chocolate desserts. And the card in the photo says this, "Happy sweet 16, beautiful girl. Keep strong in faith and know that you're loved. But most of all, never forget that you are perfect and amazing just the way you are. I am so proud of you. Today is the first day of another 365-day journey around the sun. Enjoy the trip, boo. Love you, E. On June 7th, 2014, Jillian shared this tweet. This has to be the most heartfelt compliment I've ever gotten. And she attached a screenshot of her conversation with Erika. So Jillian says, thank you. Erika says, you have the most stunning features. Jillian says, best compliment ever. Erika says, your eyes, your lips, your skin, you're absolutely beautiful. Jillian responds with the crying emoji, you're making me cry. In February of 2014, Jillian went on a family trip to Puerto Rico, and Erika was liking and commenting on her Instagram posts. So Jillian posted this photo of the beach, and Erika says, unreal gorgeous. And then Jillian responds, this is by far my favorite picture I took. My mom wants to get it blown up at Erika Fransvi. Erika responds, I could see why, boo. Jillian responds, so perfect at Erika Fransvi. Erika then responds, ... yes, I know you are.
Yeah, that's just wild. Even just listening to it again is crazy.
I'm just going to follow that with a little bit of silence. I just want us to all contemplate it. Let's actually contemplate it for the people who are going to try to explain it, the Erika splainers, who are going to be like, that's not weird.
Yeah, the Erika splainers, like the chatter who went back to my post earlier, whenever, last night.
No. What? Never been a 25-year-old sending chocolate-covered strawberries to a 15-year-old? That's not weird. You guys are haters. No, what? Oh, come on. You've never, as a 25-year-old, decided to message a 15-year-old about their lips and their skin and how perfect they are. You never decided to message them when they posted a photo of them with a person that's their age and said, no new friends, almost like territorial, like, or that's obviously all just a joke or something like that. By the way, just in general, going back to how they met, I'm trying to rationalize in my head, under what scenario, if a 15-year-old, if you open the door and a 15-year-old was there, would you exchange numbers with them? Like, I'm trying to rationalize it. Maybe if they were with their parent and they were like, the parents were like, he was looking for a job. Like, I don't know if you need like a babysitter. You guys want to go to dinner for a couple of hours, sort of a thing, maybe. But I'd probably take the parents' number. Yeah, I would definitely take the parents' number. I actually can't rationalize that. So I'm throwing that out because sometimes people in the chat can be more creative than me. And they can say, oh, no, it's totally adorable to exchange numbers with the 15-year-olds and then kind of have this relationship with them where you're commenting and saying, making lesbian jokes. I don't, swing for the next team yet. Is that appropriate to say to a 15-year-old when you're 25? Come on, where are my Erika splainers in the chat? I want to hear it. It's a time to be alive. Everyone's explaining Jeffrey Epstein and all of his friends. Go ahead, go for it. I think it's fine. Go ahead. I want to hear it. There's so much that disturbs me about that. But again, when I first was going, everything is wrong here. That's my natural intuition. I didn't want to then extrapolate and jump to conclusions until I spoke with Jillian. On the off chance that maybe it is my personal senses, having learned everything about Erika's background, maybe my personal senses about Erika might be clouding my judgment. Maybe there was a perfectly reasonable explanation for that sort of relationship. Maybe she really is just such an amazing person by the time she's 25 years old.
Come on, guys. We have 253 people in here. Double tap that screen, y'all. Show some love and support. We have 28 minutes left within the first hour.
Strong and faithful Christian that she wants a 15-year-old to feel sexy or something. And I also want to note that this particular 15-year-old at this time, what we know based off of Jillian's tweets, is that she doesn't have a father in her life. Okay. She tweeted this in June of 2014. I haven't seen my dad.
I don't know. You guys let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat right now. Since I had someone last night comment on my post where I got demonetized 5 months ago about how I peddle lies about Erika and Charlie. Tell me the truth. Do you guys think that that's normal? Because I'm 26, and if I was texting a 15-year-old like that, holy shit, would I be in jail?
Over 2 years. Okay. The reason why I want to point that out is because Charlie Kirk and I did a lot on the road discussing father absence and how these teenagers and children are instantly more vulnerable to tons of things, getting involved in the wrong networks, criminal activity, you need a father in the home. So I just find it interesting that it's a good fact to know about this girl at this time. Maybe her father's in her life since. I don't know. I didn't ask her. But I told you I called her. I instantly reached out because sometimes I just can't follow instructions the right way. And I asked her about how she felt about it, 10 years removed from a situation. And she responded exactly how you might expect. She said at the time, as a 15-year-old, she was blown away by this amazingly beautiful, older, semi-famous person that was giving her all of this attention. And for clarity, I am completely empathetic to that position and experience as a younger girl, obviously. I correlated to how I felt. I think I've told you guys in the past about Christina Aguilera when she first dropped. And then I was obsessed with her when I was 13, 14 years old. My mom put me on punishment because I was so obsessed with Christina Aguilera. Christina Aguilera, at that point in my life, maybe if my mom had not punished me for idolatry, but at that point in my life, I'm racing home to watch TRL because I got to make sure she's number one. If Christina Aguilera had then given me tons of attention, I'd be like, oh, I can't even believe this. Christina Aguilera is giving me attention. She probably could have manipulated me into a lot of things because my brain would not have been developed. This is normal tween to early teen emotions and passion. And it's precisely, if you track my work, what has always been my biggest gripe with Taylor Swift, even though I like her music, it's because I find that she harnesses the power of that tween emotion to get
Welcome in, Elisa Martin.
business deals done. Yet she's 36. Anyway, I digress. That's the point of that. We know that they're reactive, they're emotional, and her fans will kill somebody if they have to, right? But hindsight is 20/20, as we always say. And Jillian today is now 27 years old, and she fully appreciates how absolutely weird this was and how absolutely weird it is. And she's going back and she is wondering, what exactly was this all about? What exactly was Erika harnessing her teenage emotion for? Why is she continually telling her that she's beautiful, that she has perfect lips? Why is this 25-year-old who's not even from Michigan interested in this dialogue with her? And something she points out is,
Appreciate the 30 likes. There's 319 of you guys in here. Make sure you guys all double tap your screens, man. We always try and hit 100 likes within the first hour of the stream. We have 24 minutes left. So can we do it? I believe we can do it. 70 more beautiful people. So you double tap that screen and hit the like button. And by the way, the pause on this video, or the pause on this screen right now, oh my God, is wild. I mean, just look at this face right here. Can we pull it up? Look at this. Can we make this bigger?
I was with my friend when I met her, but
Look at this. Look at this motherfucking face right here. I gotta save that, man, for a for an album cover. Look at this face, bro. she's not escaping that, dude. I'll be right back.
she never had this relationship with Cheyenne. Cheyenne is mentioned elsewhere in that video. Why was it particularly Jillian that she was interested in? And curiously, get this, she tells me that she and Erika actually never hung out in person beyond that first meeting. So this was purely meant to be an a platonic relationship where Erika said stuff even like this to her on Instagram. Jillian, that dime piece beside the car, though, she's referring to Jillian, just so we're clear. She's referring to Jillian beside a car.
Yeah, dude, if a 25-year-old woman was trying to, like, the oldest girl I ever dated when I was like a teenager, I was probably like 14, 15, was 18. Right? If a 25-year-old girl was trying to talk to me like this, my mom would be whooping ass. Miss M. Kanya would be whooping ass.
As a dime piece. Again, if this was two 15-year-olds speaking to each other, I'd be like, that's totally fine. I actually tend to agree with Nicey's assessment elsewhere in the video. Just put in your mind this is a 25-year-old man referring to a 15-year-old girl. What would happen? What would you be thinking? And again, Erika did not actually hang out with her beyond that. So what exactly was her stated goal? Well, I can at least tell you what that last weird text exchange was about, the one where Erika tells her not to drink and to suck her stomach in tonight. wherever they're going tonight. People assumed that they had gone somewhere together, but
Pageant work, guarantee it.
no, that exchange is actually in reference to Erika then having sent this 15-year-old to have photos taken. Insane. She sent this 15-year-old to have photos taken. She's helping her because she's just so beautiful get into maybe some modeling.
Called it.
That's at least how she presented it to her. So
I mean, Erika had close ties with Trump. I mean, come on, how could the PDF files not be grooming her? I mean, right? Allegedly. I'm a comedian. I'm off my meds. I forgot to take them. It's been like a week. Everything's a figment of my imagination. Nothing's true that comes out of my mouth. You know the routine.
You're telling her how beautiful and perfect her lips were. She then sets her up with a photographer, a friend of Erika's. Erika, she says, arranged the entire thing. This person she had only met once, then after what maybe love bombing her, you describe it, then sends her to meet up with this male photographer. And Jillian said that this photographer was kind of creepy. She's trying to remember his name. She says she remembers it began with an R, and he was kind of shorter, chubbier. And yeah, I'd say, yeah, Jillian, that's pretty creepy. Any photographer who is taking photos of a 15-year-old without...
It reminds me of Epstein when... It reminds me of Epstein. I found Jillian's... Mom, I found Jillian's Instagram. I can show you later. But it reminds me of Epstein with pageants and stuff like that, where they would take pictures of these kids, and then it's like they would have a roster after. They would put them in like this roster. Remember that earlier Candace stream where was it? It was like this girl's home in this this one place, I can't remember, Liberty University or something like that. And they get their pictures taken, and then years down the line, they get offers to be in like Trump pageantries, and they can't remember why, but it's because they took pictures at school.
Their parents' consent is a creep. Find me this. I am looking to find and discover who this person was. And I would also similarly say that any person who is arranging for photographs to be taken of a 15-year-old girl without explicit permission from that person's mother is a total creep. So Erika, having done this...
All I'm saying is that the pew-pew would be brought out if anyone did that to my kids. Woman or not. You'd be smoked. Smoked. We got 20 minutes left within the first hour of the stream, guys. We're at 39 likes. We just need 61 more beautiful people to double tap that screen so we can get to 100 likes within the first hour. You guys are running it up. I appreciate it. God bless all you guys.
This is completely and utterly creepy. It's creepy. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I will not allow people to say that it makes sense in some context. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I asked, did she speak to your mother? She said, no, she never spoke to my mother. This was happening on the phone. Her mom's probably thinking she's just on Instagram speaking to whoever, and she's not even considering that this is happening. So what does all of this sound like? It sounds to me like every parent's worst nightmare. Your kid has a phone, they get social media accounts, they're making friends over the internet, and the next thing you know, you find out that there's a man at night, if Erika's message is to be believed, who's taking photos of them. So I'll ask the question, the obvious question here. How much smoke before we are allowed to confirm that it seems there may be a fire? Because everything in Erika Kirk's story, which we will more thoroughly present to you in the weeks to come, has proximity.
Because as you guys know, she says that in the weeks to come because she's taking this whole next week off of streaming, right, to make a Erika Kirk series. And oh my God, are we going to cover that?
Child trafficking scandals and proximity to charities and involvement with charities that had trafficking scandals and abuse scandals, sometimes literal proximity, by the way. Like, I think I've mentioned this, Turning Point USA's headquarters, incredibly, maybe I haven't mentioned it, they're almost directly across the street from the #1 human and child sex trafficking location in Arizona, a place called Arizona Mills. If you're in Arizona, everyone goes, oh yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, everybody knows about Arizona Mills. Who picked this location for a student activist organization? Who was the real estate agent on that deal? I feel like when a good real estate agent comes around, you're like, oh, is this a good spot? And they'd say, you know what? You don't want to be close to Arizona Mills. No, it's not a great spot for a student activist organization.
You know, You know how in the Bible it says that like the devil can come in to your life as beauty or as certain temptation. I feel like Erika fits that description. Like she's beautiful, seems nice, but does bad things, right? Allegedly. All figments of my imagination.
Was Erika the real estate agent?
Welcome in, Only Hope.
And actually, I do know who handpicked it. I was around for that. It was Tyler Boyer. He's like a proud fifth generation, I think he says, Arizonan. He grew up in its backyard, right? Chandler, Gilbert area. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that he was familiar with the reputation of Arizona
Yeah, he just looks like he stays up at night and does certain activities.
Tracy Martin, Erika's best friend, she's also has been involved in charity work for trafficking victims via Dream City Church, which we mentioned to you. And that actually makes sense because Dream City Church runs Phoenix Dream Center. The Phoenix Dream Center, according to their website, is a center that provides residential rehabilitation, shelter, and care for victims of human trafficking. Wow.
15 more minutes left in the stream, guys, or 15 more minutes left within the first hour of the stream, guys. We just need 54 more beautiful people to double tap that screen and like the stream, and we'll be at 100 likes within the first hour. Thank you very much.
Everyone is so amazing. So amazing. They just can't get enough of trying to help these trafficking victims. It says that they provide affordable housing for men and women that are in transition after having been trafficked. They give them food, they give them clothing. Nothing to see there because it's a charity. You can't question a charity. Turning Point USA is a charity. You can't question a charity. Stacey Sheridan, who has been playing the role of Erika Kirk's mother, we recently discovered worked under Jeffrey Epstein's friend, Kenneth.
I appreciate you, Only Hope. Hopefully you're subscribed. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for promoting down there. I see you. Appreciate you.
Star at Pepperdine University. By the way, I can't find a trace of her actual help these trafficking victims. It says that they provide affordable housing for men and women that are in transition after having been trafficked. They give them food, they give them clothing. Nothing to see there because it's a charity. You can't question a charity. Turning Point USA is a charity. You can't question a charity. Stacey Sheridan, who has been playing the role of Erika Kirk's mother, we recently discovered worked under Jeffrey Epstein's friend, Kenneth Starr at Pepperdine.
Thank you to Kareen McPhee for the subscription. God bless you and your family.
University. By the way, I can't find a trace of her actually at Pepperdine University aside from her resume where she says she worked there for 8 years, but in Kenneth Starr's office. But the point is that for almost a decade, she worked for Kenneth Starr at the exact same time that he was working with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. But Stacey Sheridan is not Erika's real mom. Lori is Erika's real mother. We had mentioned to you this desert spirit tech company that she was running. Lori was running on a Native American reservation. And boy, were we hit with a lot of emails about, you guessed it, high instances of children and girls being trafficked off of that specific reservation where the office is not located because somebody went and they said this address does not exist. But all of that, by the way, we'll get into.
Appreciate you, Only Hope.
In the short term, we can confirm that this just must be all one unfortunate coincidence, right? All of it. You are a monster, by the way, for even noticing this.
13 minutes left within the first hour of the stream, guys. We just need 42 more beautiful people to double tap that screen. If we have 155 people in here, if everybody just double tapped their screen, we'd be at 100 likes within the first hour. Yesterday, we did it within 45 minutes. That was crazy. That was probably our biggest record. I appreciate everybody who is running up the likes, though, and the subscribes, man. Hit that subscribe button above my head. You won't regret joining the See Me Now family and being a part of it. God bless everybody in here, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday.
For even noticing this theme, you are a monster for wondering if Charlie also began to notice this theme in the end, because what exactly happened the night before he died? Why was Erika being so weird about providing a sensible alibi for her whereabouts on September 8th? Why did nobody see her when somebody else believes they did see her at Fort Huachuca? Speaking of September 8th, by the way, it's also an important date to flag. I think it's a little weird, but it's a fact that Erika chose that date in particular to break her years-long Twitter silence. Did you know this? Erika had not authored a tweet since 2023. Right? She had retweeted a couple of things. Who knows if somebody did it for her? But she herself had not authored a tweet. Suddenly, 48 hours before Charlie's death, on September 8th at 10:49 a.m. Arizona time, she decides to break that silence with this tweet, scripture. Ephesians 2:8, for by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing. It is the gift of God, not a result of work, so that no one may boast, okay? And suddenly she then was on a roll. She then tweeted again on September 9th, 9:44 a.m. local time. She tweeted, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that takes refuge in him. And then again, on the day that Charlie is assassinated at 9:45 a.m. Arizona time, which is an hour and a half, okay, an hour and a half before he's killed, Erika tweets, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. People ran like, wow, I can't believe this. This godly woman happened to have tweeted this right before her husband got assassinated. Like I said, you're a monster for noticing. If you're thinking that like, no, she just really did suddenly want to break her Twitter silence. And she's very, as we can see, she is committed to the Lord. Every sentence that comes out is about God. So how could you question it, right? Anyway, before we go off air for next week, I want to be thorough and again put out an APB for certain information. So a couple of things before we get into what we're looking for at more tips at CandaceOwens.com. The reason Jillian is speaking to me is because she's asking people to stop messaging her. She doesn't want all these people messaging her. She's like, I'm already in communication with you. We're trying to figure things out. We're trying to figure out who this photographer was that took photographs of her. We're on it. We're on the case. So you guys no longer have to slide in her DMs or hunt her down. I am fully on this and we'll have more information for you, I suspect, in the coming week. And now, pertaining to what we're looking for, please email more tips at CandaceOwens.com. Again, guys, we're a very small team, so I appreciate the emails about, have you seen this? Have you watched that? I would just, please don't send those. Like, just tag us on TikTok, tag us in something that you want us to see. Do not clutter our inbox with, please watch this, or random things. We really want to use this to get information or answers to questions that we're asking on this show. And here are the questions that we are still looking for answers to. 1, who was it that Erika knew that was at the Batman, Colorado mass shooting? That theater, remember, that happened when the Batman movie came out in Colorado. Erika tweeted and said that she knew somebody that was in that theater. Does anybody know who that is? Has anybody heard any more? Is there an interview out there where she discusses
Thank you to Drew for the subscription. God bless you and your family.
That further? I would like to know more about that information. Secondly, does anybody know or remember Erika Francevay from Ohio? In doing her biography, it's almost as though she suddenly just appears in her high school years in Arizona. The backstory is that she's from Ohio until she gets into high school. Who attended middle school with Erika in Ohio? If that's you, we want to hear from you. More tips at CandaceOwens.com. Did you attend elementary school with Erika? If that's you, we would like to hear from you. You guys in Cincinnati, Ohio, please check your yearbooks. Maybe you didn't know that it was her because it's a long time ago. Please email us.
Yeah, because there's a big rabbit hole about J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk and the whole Ohio situation, them possibly being related. But that's just a whole rabbit hole, conspiracy, whatever. We have 8 more minutes left, and then we will hit the first hour of the stream. 8 more minutes left. Alert. 8 more minutes left until we are at the first 60 minutes of the stream. We just need 36 more beautiful people to double tap your screen. If the double tap does not work, go to the top right corner and hit the 3 dots and hit the like button that way so we can hit 100 likes within the first hour of the stream. Thank you so much. And God bless.
Also, does anybody remember her at Loyola Marymount? This is also the same school that Stacey Sheridan went to, and people who went in that same year.
And by the way, guys, if anyone wants to notice and support the channel further than liking and subscribing, I do have a 10 super chat goal at the top. I do have a goal of 10 super chats, $5 and above. 10 super chats, $5 and above. But any big donos, if you want to donate big, my highest dono was ever was $100. Shout out Natalie. If anyone wants to break that record, go to the Ko-Fi link that's pinned in the comments so 30% doesn't get taken out of it. God bless.
Her say I don't remember her. We have not had a single person that has come out and said that they remember her, despite the fact that she is mentioned in a program. I'm looking for somebody who says, yeah, I took a class with her. She was a full adult by then. You would remember this. Oh, I went out with her for something. I don't know. If you attended school with her at Loyola Marymount, we would like to hear from you. And again, we will ask for more information just to dot our I's and to cross our T's, even though I think we have the information we need. If you have any information pertaining to Erika Kirk's whereabouts on September 8th, when she broke her Twitter silence, the 9th, or on the 10th, when Charlie was assassinated, because the story goes, turning point.
Thank you to Raven for the subscription. God bless you and your family.
Employees were told.
And welcome to the See Me Now family.
That she got Erika Kirk's whereabouts on September 8th, when she broke her Twitter silence, the 9th, or on the 10th, when Charlie was assassinated, because the story goes, Turning Point employees were told that she got the news when she was with her mom, and then she drove herself back home. Thus far, nobody where they live remembers seeing Erika, but she apparently met Stacey Sheridan and a couple other people, and then they went to the airport together. So it's a pretty big assassination. The entire world would have been looking out for her in that moment, especially people who knew who Charlie Kirk was. These neighbors said they knew him, they knew his wife, they knew his kids. And thus far, nobody remembers seeing Erika Kirk on the 10th. Maybe you work at the airport and you saw her board. That would make sense. Yes, I happened to work at the terminal and I saw them all run in looking frantic in Scottsdale. I would like to try to confirm that story on September 10th. Anyway, we will pause there.
Yeah, this next week is like when she returns is going to be crazy. I cannot wait to see what she has to like all the facts she's going to gather and everything she's going to say on the Erika series is going to be freaking insane. 5 more minutes left, guys. We need 30 more people to like the stream. We'll be at 100 likes within the first hour. We try and do this every single stream, guys, so don't think I'm annoying, but we just try and do this every stream. It's a ritual at this point. It is a routine. 30 more beautiful people just need to double tap that screen or hit the top 3 dots on the top right corner of your screen and hit the like button that way. Hit subscribe with the notification bell. Join the family. But we are 30 likes away. We have 5 minutes left. Can we do it?
We will be right back after the break. All right, you guys, Nimi Skincare is the only skincare. Okay, you guys. So for another item that we can toss into the Candace Owens was right jar, but they were saying I was crazy. I tell you, I'm very quick at puzzles. I don't have a ton of strengths in other areas. I would say geography is not my greatest strength, but putting together puzzles and recognizing anomalies I've always been very good at. And I right away said that way too many dudes are wearing maroon shirts, and common sense, if you're going to organize any military operation, which I believe September 10th was obviously a military operation, to those of us who are sensible, you're going to need to know who your guys are. So yeah, you're going to have
Pumpkin 100%, bro. Welcome in, Gwen. Appreciate you for being here again.
Have certain people wearing certain colors, certain hats, and they were like, this is crazy. No, this many men really like maroon. And I was like, I feel like there's a color of the day here, and everyone who's wearing maroon is involved. Well, guess what? The Epstein docs dropped, and there was a mention of military colors of the day. A TikToker went viral discussing it. Take a listen.
If you don't know, during the Charlie Kirk assassination, there was a
Why is this guy talking like this? Why is this guy alone in his room making a TikTok video and if you guys don't know.
significant number of young men.
Well, should I bring it up? Hold on. Oh, that's how the screenshot looks? Well, never mind then.
Wearing maroon shirts. Originally, Candace Owens was the first person to point this out, and everybody called her crazy. However, I found proof that she was right. So after she made this claim, a lot of people called her crazy, but then there was also a...
Dude, I literally had a guy, like, on one of my shorts where I was, like, talking, and I was going like this, and I was going like this. A guy literally commented and said, this guy's literally moving his hands because he thinks it makes him look more professional. It's like, you guys, like, some of these commenters find the dumbest shit ever to comment on. It is just wild to me. Anyway, 2 more minutes left within the first hour. 24 more likes. Everybody double tap your screens right now. Let's try and hit our goal of 100 likes within the first hour. We have 120 seconds left.
Good amount of people from the military that were saying that's absolutely a thing that the military does during secret operations in public areas. They choose a color of the day. So I started thinking, right? I was like, what if I searched in the DOJ files the term color of the day? And what do you know? I find 40 results of different FBI briefings.
Wait. I want to screenshot that.
I was like, what if I searched in the DOJ files the term color of the day? And
Sorry, guys, 1 second. I am going to screenshot this right here so I can look at it.
what do you know? I find 40 results of different FBI briefings talking about a color of the day.
60 seconds, guys. Everybody double tap your screens. Double tap your screens. Everybody double tap your screens. 60 seconds left. Let's try and hit 100 within 60 seconds. Let's go. Oops.
And every single one is unredacted. You can see what the color of the day was for that day for whatever military operation was going on. Now, most of the details for the military operation is redacted. However, on the day of Charlie Kirk's assassination, the morning of, before his death, they established a color of the day for a sit rep, which is just a military situation report. And the color of the day is redacted. Out of 40 different files mentioning a color of the day for secret operations, the day of Charlie Kirk's assassination is the only one that has a color of the day redacted.
Damn, that's crazy.
Like I said, I'm just out here doing common sense. I noticed also, by the way, it wasn't just maroon. I felt like they were organizing by battalion. Some people were all like wearing white hats. Some people were wearing their socks in a certain way where I was like, never seen this many people wear their socks this high before. And if I'm a person who likes to organize her pantry. My pantry in my kitchen is a high point for me. Every day I go in there, it's so organized. I organize my seasonings. Okay. I had to buy a label, like a label maker, so I could organize my seasonings. Okay, for those of us who are that in the weeds on organization, thinking about how you might organize a military operation, that seemed pretty obvious. I just recognize organization, even when it's supposed to look like chaos, it's got to be organized. And that's what was going down on that day. And I have a folder of I like call them like the white hats, so this and that was happening on that day. Very obvious. Now, who knows? He said he's going through the DOJ files. Who knows if that particular reference was pertaining, it could be pertaining to any number of military operations on the 10th, and they could be covering it because there was maybe another FBI operation and military operation that was taking place, I don't know, in Canada or overseas, whatever it is, and people might notice that a lot of people wore green, and so maybe that's the reason they're blacking it out. I don't know. What I do know is maroon, the Maroon Boys, were somehow involved. That seemed pretty obvious to me, that there was some coordination happening. Also, they were all alone, which was weird. Like, also, whoever wore maroon wanted to go to this event alone. They had no homies with them. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on. After yesterday's episode regarding Photogate, Turning Point issued a statement about how the wedding photo, which was curiously there when Charlie was hosting his last show and then was suddenly removed when Erika was speaking to Glenn Beck in December. They obviously were, they're always panicked and then they issue a dumb statement. That's kind of their move. They never take a deep breath.
Whoa. Welcome in, Natalie. I was just talking about you the other day and how I miss you, man. Welcome in, Natalie. I hope you have a good shift at the hospital, and thank you for the work you do, man. You are the reason why this world runs the way it does. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, and God bless you, Natalie. You are the best. Thank you for stopping in. It made my day. I always love seeing you, and I appreciate you for being in here and being a member. Still being a member, guys. You guys can become a member. Become a See Me Now soldier. Tier 1, $4.99. Tier 2 is $5.99. I think Natalie's a general. So you guys better respect Natalie, okay? She is a general. But most importantly, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Natalie, for being in here. God bless you and the job you do. And I hope work goes good for you. And I hope you sleep good. I hope you get some good sleep. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you very much. I'm not going to lie. You did make my day stopping in here. So thank you so much. And thank you guys for the 86 likes, man. 14 more likes. We will be at 100. So I appreciate you guys for running it up, man. Most importantly, hit the subscribe button, join the family if you're enjoying the content. But yeah, thank you for stopping in, Natalie. You are awesome. I very much so appreciate you. I was just talking about how you hold the highest super chat award. You still hold the record of the highest amount ever donated. So I appreciate you. God bless you, Natalie. You have a great day at work.
And think about whether what they're going to say makes any sense. And the issue was Erika was like, this is my first time. And she's on Glenn Beck. The exact sentence I think she says is, I haven't been here in forever. Sorry if I keep looking down. This is a note that he wrote. Okay, how long is forever? How it sounds.
God bless you and protect you as well, Natalie. Jesus is the King of Kings, and thank you so much for being in here and blessing me with your presence. God bless.
Like it's
and
been a
thank
long
you for the kind words. I really do appreciate you.
time since you've been in this particular office, and you obviously have not even seen this desk. Anyway, to account for the now missing photo, and then they issued.
Before I play, I don't know if it was photoshopped, but I seen a photo where she apparently removed the wedding photo and put the Talmud there. But I don't know if it was photoshopped or not. I got to bring the picture up.
Issue a dumb statement. That's kind of their move. They never take a deep breath and think about whether what they're going to say makes any sense. And the issue was Erika was like, this is my first time. And she's on Glenn Beck. The exact sentence I think she says is, I haven't been here in forever. Sorry if I keep looking down. This is a note that he wrote. Okay, how long is forever? How it sounds like it's been a long time since you've been in this particular office, and you obviously have not even seen this desk. Anyway, to account for the now missing photo, they went to Newsweek. I think the editor at large is Josh Hammer. They just can't help themselves. They just want to look guilty in everything that they do. This is what they told. This is what they told the Newsweek. A post has gone viral online that appeared to show Erika Kirk having moved or removed a photograph of her and Charlie Kirk at their wedding. While a Turning Point USA spokesperson told Newsweek, Erika moved it to a lower shelf when her daughter asked to see it so that she could hold and look at the photo.
Yeah, yesterday I did say yo guys, it's not a big deal that the photo is moved. I mean, my excuse for her was Erika could just move the photo to bring it home, put it in her room. I would be taking all photos. Like, I'd leave a couple in the office, but I mean, if I liked and I enjoyed the photo that I seen, I'd definitely take it so I could remember my husband that just got assassinated in front of our faces.
It's still on the studio shelf. It's just lower down where her daughter can look at it whenever she's in there with her mom. Aww. There's just always so much obvious emotional manipulation. I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like they should have went with the Andrew Colvett went rogue excuse. I think it's stronger. I like that. It's my favorite one. I said to go with Andrew Colvett went rogue. I love him being rogue. It's more believable. It certainly is more believable that Andrew Colvett went rogue. Because I'm feeling now like I got to start like justice for Gigi. They keep dragging this poor toddler into every possible alibi regarding Erika Kirk. And I'm just not going to stand for this much longer, okay? We're out here treating Gigi like Puerto Rican moms treat their daughters. Okay, Latinos, you know what I'm talking about. Their sons can do no wrong. Mi rey. The daughters?
That's too funny. Shauna Lee, welcome in. Appreciate you for being here. Welcome to the family. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's see how many subs we're at right now. I was going to say, imagine what it's going to be like when their kid grows up. It's just going to be wild. Well, we gained 20 subscribers so far. Thank you, guys. Thank you to all 20 people who hit that subscribe button. God bless you guys. 10 more likes to 100. But yeah, imagine what Charlie Kirk's daughter is going to go through growing up. And she's already going through it. But I mean, like, imagine when she's at the age where she can see all this and do research for herself and see how weird everything was. Put a chat in the, or put down in a chat what you guys think her daughter's going to say or think to her mom when she grows up and she can research everything and see how sketchy this whole thing is. Like, imagine 10, 15 years from now, she's researching everything on her own. Like, I want to figure out what happened with my father. And she's seeing all this. Imagine what she's going to think.
They do a lot of wrong. That's how I'm feeling like Gigi's getting some treatment here, but I'm not cool with.
Natalie, you're Puerto Rican / Irish? Hell yeah, that's a good mix. That's a good mix. Latinas are very beautiful. Latinas are very beautiful.
She's always in the alibi. Remember, Gigi kicked Charlie out of the bed the night before because she was doing gymnastics. Oh, Gigi wanted to move that photo to eye level, so they had to move it. Gigi wanted to go for a walk, so Erika couldn't have been at some fort in Huachuca because she was with Gigi. Leave Gigi alone. Obviously, that did not happen because it makes no sense, to bring a photo to ground level in a studio that is not occupied by the toddler. Is this her first time seeing the photo?
How am I being disrespectful to the dead, bro? Like, what? It's random people like that come in here tripping where I'm like, what is going on?
She wanted the photo. If she was like, I want to hug the photo, you would just give it to her. You would just allow her to take it. This is your home studio. You would say, yeah, take it out of the office because it's no longer serving us. It's not in the background. Take it out of the office and put it in your room. You can have it. It's not serving anyone.
I know kids see more than they think, Gwen, but what I'm saying is this, is imagine when Gigi gets older, right? Say she's 15 and she's just like, gets this bug in her where she's like, I just want to know what happened to my dad. I want to know the details. It's time. She's probably put it off for a long time, and she sees all these Candace episodes. She sees all these, blogs posting everything, and all the I just couldn't imagine being her growing up and then researching everything and seeing how crazy all this how crazy this situation is. I truly do.
It's supposed to be design. Why would that's my granddad behind me. That's a photo of my granddad. Why would, if Lulu, who is 3, came in here and was like, I want that photo, why would I be like, okay, puts it on the floor where my daughter should not be because it's a studio and this is not a playroom? Stop. Please just stop. I want Turning Point USA to, for once in their lives, do the right thing and pay me a monthly retainer to consult them on PR. Just say no. Nope. No. Nope. Because I would have said to them, I said, look, here's what you're going to do. Blame the housekeepers. Blame the unknown housekeepers.
I appreciate you for stopping in, Jake from State Farm. And much love to you, bro. God bless you. Your opinion's your opinion. You don't watch me every day. I can tell that by the way you are trying to make me look. But yeah, God bless you. God loves you.
You're rich.
And I love you.
You've got money. A lot of money. We're talking billions from Pierre type money. Just blame the housekeeper, Erika. What? We didn't even notice that. We just had someone in to clean. I am going to fire the housekeeper. That's what I would have done. But nope, nobody pays me. Nobody pays me the big bucks. And even though they are lying about Gigi, we can now debunk my earlier suspicion that Charlie himself moved the photo because he did not. It is like
ban you? How do I have even banned you, bro? Some of you internet chatters are just wild, and you wonder why I have to smoke a fucking cigarette on stream. Crazy. Crazy.
no. Nope. No. Nope. Because I would have said to them, I said, look, here's what you're going to do. Blame the housekeepers. Blame the unknown housekeepers. You're rich. You've got money. A lot of money. We're talking billions from Pierre type money. Just blame the housekeeper, Erika. What? We didn't even notice that. We just had someone in to clean. I am going to fire the housekeeper. That's what I would have done. But nope, nobody pays me. Nobody pays me the big bucks. And even though they are lying about Gigi, we can now debunk my earlier suspicion that Charlie himself moved the photo because he did not. It is likely that he could not have moved the photo himself. And the reason that they're lying is because they want to protect a person that is truly amazing. A person who is so terrific, who is so spectacular that we dare not even say his name without an adjective. He is he who must not be named without an adjective. You know who I'm referring to. Because oddly, despite the fact that this is Charlie's home studio, in the aftermath of Charlie's assassination, before Erika got in there, Mikey began doing
Appreciate you, Rooster, for the sub. God bless you and your family. Welcome to the See Me Now family.
media hits from it. What's he doing at the house? Nobody knows. What does he do for Charlie? Nobody knows. How did he become chief of staff? Nobody knows. So, well, yeah, anyway, one of our mommies
100% at Natalie. These random people just come in, make crazy assumptions about me, tell me how much of a piece of crap I am, and then leave when they don't even know who I am or how I am or how I stream or what I say or how I try to do things. It's all good. But, it is what it is, man. I honestly haven't gotten a super chat in days, honestly. Only money I've been making is off AdSense of whatever I post. So I don't, it is what it is. I don't beg for them either. I do just have a thing that I put out that says, if you want to get your chat read, super chat. And it's for reasons like Jake, because while I'm reacting, it takes me away from actually playing the video, because I have to sit here and look at people who have keyboard warrior fingers and want to come in here and talk about me in a way that is false and ridiculous. And yeah, so I don't know. It is what it is, man. God bless you, brother. Jesus loves you. I love you. We're all humans on this earth. There's no reason to hate. Come on, just stop. But I love you, Natalie. I appreciate you.
sleuths did find Mikey McCoy, the marvelous Mikey, on November 8th, giving an interview to Real America's Voice. And you can see in the corner, there is no photo. Okay, there's no photo. So it was already
Dude,
moved. So
that is a Talmud. They did put a Talmud there. That's crazy.
Erika was really seeing.
It's in the pinned comment, Natalie. But this is what I usually post. But I don't think that. Oh, it does bring you there. Okay. But yeah, that's why I usually post, Natalie. But you don't have to donate nothing. It's all good.
The notes on his desk for the first time in December, because she hadn't been in the office in quote unquote forever, as she told Glenn Beck. The marvelous McCoy could not relate. He's been there. He's been sitting at Charlie's desk. But then on top of that, and here's where we get to debunk the idea that Charlie moved the photo, they were hard launching Mikey. Remember, I told you that Mikey was like slated to take over for Charlie. And they were doing it very hard and very quickly after Charlie's assassination. So hard and so quickly that another sleuth found him on September 22nd, seated in Charlie's chair at home. Now, this is just 11 days after Charlie's assassination. And it also happens to be the same date that Erika was on that Zoom call telling the employees to button it up, get back to work. There's merch sales, there's hat sales. It's what Charlie would want. Charlie is dancing in heaven, but only if you're at work, working hard. You better work. If you want Charlie to dance in heaven, when she was given that whole sermon on that exact day, Mikey, the Amazing, shared a similar message with Martha McCallum on Fox News. And you can see just at the end of that, this little screenshot that Mikey, you see the photos in the background. So I think Mikey got ahead of himself. Mikey the Amazing.
Didn't she say that that's a home studio? Why is Mikey in the home studio, like at the house?
Mikey the Marvelous got a little ahead of himself, and it was like messing up his vibe, and he moved it. That's probably what happened. He's like, I can't really vibe out with Charlie's. And he probably even put up his own photo, and they said, nah, too hard, too aggressive, too soon. Anyway, we're only interested. There are so many red flags in this story. We don't need to pursue ones that potentially are not. And yeah, Mikey, I'm starting to like him, I think. I've been saying when you start using adjectives to describe someone, the psyop works. I don't let anybody say anything bad about
She's about to get into the Pam Bondi questioning. God, that was so hard to watch when Pam Bondi was on the hot seat. Oh my God.
Mikey, the Amazing. Mikey, the Wonderful. Mikey, the Spectacular. I stand the Amazing Mikey McCoy. The question now is whether or not they're going to keep gaslighting us and lying to us about Charlie and Erika. I still feel very strongly they had a fight on the 9th. And also I feel strongly that they probably will keep gaslighting us, at least if the Epstein file situation is any indication, because we have been so aggressively gaslit over the last 6 months that sometimes we forget how audacious and how absurd and how positively traumatizing the manner in which our government just routinely lies to us actually is. Regarding the Epstein files, we should probably be in the streets revolting. We're probably due for like a revolution or something. It's so bad that Republicans are sharing Democratic tips. It's actually kind of bringing us together because I think we all just hate the elites so much. And the quote unquote elites, really the occult and the ball worshippers. And I'm clearly not a Democrat. I'm actually not even a Republican. I retired from politics the day they took out Charlie Kirk and lied to us about it. But this Democratic representative, Jared Moskowitz, did a really good job recapping exactly what the Trump administration put us through with the Epstein files, gaslighting his own supporters after insisting that day one, they were going to give us access, they were going to tell us the truth, they were going to be the most transparent administration ever, holding up the binders. Take it away, Jared Moskowitz.
It's been 12 months since you gave Republican influencers part one of the Epstein files. You said the list was on your desk. Then a memo came out and said that there was no list. Phase two of the binders never happened. The President of the United States says the Epstein thing is a hoax. He blasts his own base for wanting the release of the files. He blamed Barack Obama. Republicans voted against the release of the files in the Rules Committee. Then they refused to even return to the Rules Committee until they could be protected from future...
Dude, this guy has a Harry Potter, sorry to interrupt, but this guy has a Harry Potter book right next to him. This guy has the whole Harry Potter trilogy or whatever it is, series right here next to him.
Votes on the release. Speaker Johnson sends Congress home a day early before break. They sent the Deputy Attorney General to meet with Maxwell. She says something favorable about the president. Miraculously, she gets transferred to a minimum security facility. No one can explain why. Miraculously, the leaks to the Wall Street Journal stop. We come back from break. We have the Massey discharge petition. Republicans drop a rule, a non-binding resolution trying to kill the Massey discharge petition. The White House says passing the Massey discharge petition is a hostile act. Trying to stop the necessary 218 signatures, according to Republican members that signed it, the White House brought them into the Situation Room, you know, the place where the president goes for time of war, promising things like appropriations or maybe even to primary them. People in the room say you were there. It didn't work. We get the 218 signatures. We eventually passed the Massey petition. You guys didn't release the files. You were forced by Congress. Every member of the House except one and the entire Senate. The reason the president signed it is because it was a veto-proof majority. We can't agree on anything, and yet the entire House but one member and the whole Senate forced the administration to release the files. Kash Patel under oath said to Senator Kennedy, the FBI is not in possession of any credible evidence that Epstein trafficked girls to anyone but himself. We know now that's not true. According to documents, Epstein had a worldwide sex trafficking ring. Girls from Poland, Czechoslovakia, Russia, Paris, modeling agencies sending him girls.
Yeah, what's crazy is that when they, like, I cannot believe, I can't remember what news station or news forum it was that posted it, but they posted the headline was, Epstein did not traffic girls. Dude, I showed it on this last stream. I have a whole photo or a whole file that I took from the files themselves with, you know, the way that they were in the file, it was stating how they were low on girls, and that Epstein didn't like dark-skinned girls, and that he was mad that he was brought a dark-skinned girl. Like, I mean, it's just crazy. It's wild. Can 5 more beautiful people just double tap their screens so we can get to 100 likes? Thank you guys so much for running it up today. I appreciate you guys. Thank you to everybody who shows love, and I even appreciate the haters for being here. God bless.
Even had a relationship with a summer camp where he groomed girls at a picnic table. Ghislaine Maxwell says 29 Epstein associates cut secret DOJ deals. Turns out there is a list. 6 names readily available if you unredact them. Co-conspirators named, but we got them when you unredact them. Maxwell recently tells a House Oversight Committee that she wants clemency to release more names. Kash Patel under oath said Trump's name appears less than 100 times in the files. We now know that's not true. Trump's name appears more times in the Epstein files than God's name appears in the book about God. Okay, by the way, this is the Trump Bible. Move over, King James. Trump's name also appears more times in the Epstein file than Harry Potter's name appears in the 7 books about Harry Potter. Lutnick says that in 2008, he went to
Thank you guys for the 100 likes. I appreciate y'all.
Epstein's home, says he had a massage table in the living room, that Epstein said he got one every day, that it was the right type of massage. He and his wife decide to leave and say they'll never be in a room with him again. Howard then says, I'm sure the Epstein stuff is all on video. He was the greatest blackmailer of all time. Well, how would Howard know that? But now the files are public, and in 2012, we find out that he and his family are on Epstein Island after Epstein pled guilty to state charges. I'm from Florida. I take my family to Disney World, not to Epstein Island. There are documents in the files that dispute the president's claim that he kicked Epstein out of his club. Allegedly, the president said that he asked Epstein to leave. Supported now, that's disputed, though, statements from the manager of the club. Now, Madam Attorney General, I have like 25 seconds left. So because I'm curious, and I'd like to see you flip to the Jared Moskowitz section of the binder. I'm interested to see what staff provided on the oppo on me, and because we're in the Olympics, I'm going to give it a grade. I just want to see how good it is. So give me your best one.
So first of all, nothing is funny about mocking the Bible and holding up a Trump Bible. That's what you did. You made a joke, and I find it offensive. That's all I have to say.
I want it from the burn book.
Shame.
I want it from the burn book, which is the best one. What you got?
That's all she had to say to him. Shame. Shame. Shame on you for telling the truth about...
Yeah, I can literally pull up the file. I mean, I think I airdropped it, didn't I? Let's see. No, that's not the one. I'll find it. I know I have it.
What we have put the public through, what we have put our supporters through, the people that believed in us, who wanted to get to the answers, who, they took us to this line because we wanted to see how power works. And instead, we're protecting people that are in the files. Howard Lutnick's practically running Trump's administration. Bibi Netanyahu, Howard Lutnick's all over the world with Jared Kushner. He's just been protecting his homies. And she's got shame on you because you didn't. He did not mock the Bible in any way. That's what she's got. Yeah, she's got a little bit more too, by the way, because I guess she thought this was going to work. And I actually appreciate this response, this next response from Pam Bondi, her perspective on it, because I think it's honest. I appreciate it because it's honest. Take a listen.
They are talking about Epstein today. This has been around since the Obama administration. This administration released over 3...
Dude, it's been around since way before the Obama administration. And the whole time Pam Bondi was on the hot seat this day, all she did was deflect every single time. Oh, you guys just have Trump derangement syndrome, this, that, and the third. It's like she could never give a straight answer. And it's been through every administration. Everybody's compromised at this point. It's so noticeable. And Pam Bondi did not do a good job trying to obfuscate and get away from any answer. She just did it the regular. It's like Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, and all these people get into a room and they just decide to they have their own answer book. Oh, if they ask you this is the answer. Thank you, Natalie, for the tip so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. You did not have to do that.
Pages of documents, over 3 million. And Donald Trump signed that law to release all of those documents. He is the most transparent president in the nation's history. And none of them asked Merrick Garland over the last 4 years one word about Jeffrey Epstein. How ironic is that? You know why? Because Donald Trump, the Dow right now is over, the Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now.
Thank you so much to Natalie for the $50 dono. That was awesome. I appreciate you so much. And if you were to have donated that on here, 30% of it would have been taken. And obviously, it's YouTube's platform; they can do that. But when people donate a large amount of money, they don't like it when 30% gets taken out. Thank you so much, Natalie, for the $50 donation. I'm gonna write your name down on the wall right now. Again, thank you so much for going to Ko-Fi and donating. I appreciate you. God bless you, Natalie. Thank you so much.
Now, the S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about making Americans safe. We should be talking about, what does a Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
It's simply amazing. It's as amazing as Mikey McCoy, right? She's just out there like, what? Let them have cake. Like, what is wrong with you guys? Okay. We're guilty. Guilty as charged. Yeah, Epstein's trafficking. It's a whole network. Everyone at the top is kind of a monster. Yeah, they've been trafficking children.
Thank you so much, Natalie. I truly do appreciate it. And then, see, now she donated the 50, 30% doesn't get taken out of it. I get like, what, $48 out of it? 45, something like that. I was at $40 total on my Ko-Fi. Now I'm at 90. So it's like, I think I got the whole amount. I don't know. Thank you so much, Natalie. I appreciate you. God bless you. And I really do appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. And thank you for blessing me, truly. Thank you.
Children, harming children. There's all this Baal worship. We're referring to you guys as Goyim and increasing your taxes, making things more dangerous, stealing from you effectively. Money has gone missing. But have you checked your 401ks? Guys, gas is down 10 cents a gallon. Why do you care if we're harming children on islands? Why do you care so much? Are you good?
Welcome in, Stacy.
That's what we should be talking about here. Gas. You can get petrol now, and it's like, 10 cents cheaper than it was during the Obama era. What's wrong with you guys? How much more do you need to be distracted so that we can go on worshiping Satan?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know they do, but yeah, they do take a brutal 30%. So that's why I say, like, if you're going to donate $5 or $2, that's fine. Like, super chat on here. But, like, if you're going to donate, like, a big dono, go to Ko-Fi, the link that's in the pinned comment, because then they only take, like, I don't even know the percentage, but it's not much. They don't take, like, really anything out. So thank you again for the $50, Natalie. That's very much appreciated. As you guys know, you guys' donations help me continue to be able to do this Monday through Friday, 9 to 1 o'clock, 9:30 to 1 o'clock Central Time. So thank you again, Natalie. God bless you. And I hope work goes good for you, and I hope you get a good sleep. I really do appreciate it. And like I say, I have the best community on YouTube. Natalie, you're the best. Thank you so much. You still hold the record for the highest dono.
Don't understand. Please, let's talk about the Dow. Incredible. That's where we're at right now, guys. Up is down, down is up. Like I said, we are pretty much due for a revolution. I guess the empire, it's supposed to be every 250 years before it crashes and burns. And it seems like we're doing that. I recommend you pull your children out of these schools. Very clear that they are everywhere, and they are a cult of military. They are dangerous people. You don't want to deal with psychopaths that have this sort of a conscience when you're talking about harming children, that she does not compute why they don't care about Dow. She doesn't even compute it.
Dude, she didn't even look back at the Epstein victims once. Not once did she look back at them. And it was crazy because, like, yeah, they all stood up and they all raised their hands when they asked, raise your hand if you've never met, if you still haven't met with this Department of Justice. They all raised their hand. Like, it was sad.
What do you mean? What do I mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Yeah, you don't want to hand your kids over to people like that. Anyway, so much more that we will be uncovering, and always interested to see, with that same energy, are they going to continue to gaslight us about Erika Kirk? Are they going to continue to do the thing, refer to her as a widow who's never done anything wrong? Yeah, some purity test. How dare you do this? How dare you destroy the empire of Turning Point USA? It's all Charlie was. It's all he was. He got up every day, and this is what he wanted to build. He was not a person outside of this. How dare you even question the very questionable things? Have you seen gas prices lately? You have questions about Erika Kirk's background? Have you seen the Dow? Have you even opened your 401k? What's wrong with you? You're all monsters. Anyway, speaking of Turning Point USA, I got a very funny story about how, as a part of how they wanted to get back at me, apparently Alex Clark demanded that Dylan call my sponsors, Paleo Valley, one of our show sponsors. And we didn't hear this from our sponsors. We heard this.
I did not hear about that, Pumpkin.
From people that were fired from Turning Point USA. and demanded that they pick me or Alex Clark because I had gone after her for dressing up in boots and standing over the memorial site of Charlie to pose for, what was it, the Washington Post, whatever it was. I thought that was weird. That didn't feel right to me. And she was upset about that. And I thought that was very funny. Anyways, this feels like a really good time to jump to ads. I feel like it's a great time to tell you guys about Paleo. Respect to Paleo Belly for not even telling me that. It must have been a very strange phone call. Anyway, new merch available on our website. About to anyone else, but if my husband was assassinated and I did not sleep beside him on the last night that he was alive, I would be absolutely shattered. Yeah, but have you thought about the merch sales? What's wrong with that person? Why did she even write that comment? That was a terrible comment. Have you thought about the t-shirts that you'll sell? No, clearly she didn't think about t-shirts she would sell when she wrote that comment. Be better. We'll get into some more of your comments for today's episode. A reminder, we will be dark next week, so we will not.
All right. We're done with that. Let's get in some of this Nancy Guthrie updates. Let's see if there's anything down here. Let's look it up.
Fox News alert: the desperate search for Nancy Guthrie is in the 12th day, and investigators are still searching for exactly who this person is.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see after Candace comes back from a week of being away and she comes back with the Erika series. It's going to be very interesting to watch that. Yeah. And in the meantime, we'll just keep doing what we do, the streams. And then make sure you guys go support the videos I drop. I got 2 more that I'll be dropping. I got some more that I'll be making tonight about some stuff. I'm just trying to master all my skills of editing and getting different videos completed and just trying to do good in all aspects of this channel when it comes to streaming and it comes to everything else. So let's see how many subs we're at. We gained 20 so far. So we gained 23 subs. Thank you to the 23 people who joined the See Me Now family. You won't regret it. God bless you guys. We're not at 10,300 and what was it? 10,343. God bless you guys, man.
Is captured on Nancy's doorbell camera. Now they are reportedly knocking on doors, asking neighbors what they drive, what kind of car, do you own a truck? They're also asking for doorbell footage. But we still don't know for sure if there was a getaway car. Logic says yes, but was it caught on camera anywhere? Between Nancy and Annie's home runs Oracle Road, and there are cameras. We know that because Fox News Digital spotted them along that road. But Arizona DOT says they don't record cars. Around Nancy's home.
They don't record cars, but their cameras, where do they record?
Home.
Oh, they must record, like, I think they're the ones that only, like, make a snapshot if, like, you run a red light or something. So they can get your license plate.
It's a mix of city, county, and state roads, and not all of them have recording cameras. It's pitch black at night. Pima County officials say even the cameras that do record aren't foolproof. Residential or business cameras could have captured activity, but that's up to them to share. Former NYPD inspector and Fox News contributor Paul Morrow is outside the sheriff's office. Paul, this search among the cameras for a car, I understand it's a bit of a needle in a haystack. What can you find? What can you eliminate in terms of neighbors' cars? Do you get the sense this is something that is going to yield fruit for law enforcement?
To capture cars moving, and it is light enough to see them, or if there is a red light camera, you have to say to yourself,
and I want to head back out to this. It's an update that we're getting from a breaking news story that we have been following for several days. It's new details regarding the search for Nancy Guthrie. She is the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. I want to put up this. It's a social media post that was just released a few moments ago, so take a look at your screen. It says the FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department are aware of a new message regarding Nancy Guthrie. Investigators are actively inspecting the information provided in the message for its authenticity. While this is one new piece of information, the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Department are still asking anyone with tips to contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. The FBI continues to offer a reward of up to $50,000 for information leading to the recovery of Nancy Guthrie and or the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in her disappearance.
Maybe it's
I want to put up just some of the images that we have been circulating through the past several days as that search does continue for Nancy, who you see here pictured on your screen. The Arizona sheriff has continued to investigate this apparent kidnapping of the 84-year-old as her family is still concerned about her health. Now,
my thing is, like, why would someone want to kidnap this woman's mom? Like, what would be the point of that? I'm assuming you can't get much money out of this situation. So there's got to be like a intimate reason, or a reason that has to do with, there's got to be some sort of actual anger towards the family for some reason.
Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos spoke to the Associated Press today, saying, quote, her conditions, I would imagine, are worsening.
I'm gonna let this play. I'm gonna go fill my water real quick.
Day by day. She requires medication, and I have no way of knowing whether they're getting that medication to her. Guthrie, who has a pacemaker and other heart issues, hasn't been seen since January 31st, when she was dropped off by family at her Tucson area home. And you can see here in this video that we have images of where that home is located, again, in Tucson, Arizona. DNA tested confirmed that blood found on Guthrie's front porch came from her, and no suspects or motive have been identified at this time. Purported ransom notes received by news organizations are being taken seriously, according to the FBI. At least one note mentioned details like a floodlight at Nancy Guthrie's home and an Apple Watch. And the AP just goes deeper into the case, and they continue to say this, that Savannah Guthrie and her two siblings, they have spoken in videos posted on social media urging their mother's captor to contact them. We have played all those videos for you here as we bring to you all of these new details regarding this story. The sheriff deferred questions to the FBI about whether there have been any responses to the videos. Brooke Brennan from the FBI's Phoenix office said there was no new information to share today. But the FBI did announce that $50,000 reward for credible information about the abduction at their most recent press conference. And just a reminder that the sheriff there, Chris Nanos, has said he would not be hosting another press conference unless there was new information to be able to discuss. They had been hosting press conferences where they were basically just saying the same thing that they had been saying, because there's still a very active and ongoing investigation. But the latest details regarding this just take us back to that latest social media post courtesy of Sheriff Nanos. And I'm going to bring it back here on your screen just to reiterate what we know so far. Sheriff Nanos saying this, that the FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department are aware of a new message regarding Nancy Guthrie. Investigators are actively inspecting the information provided in the message for its authenticity. While this is one new piece of information, the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Department are still asking anyone with tips to contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. The FBI continues to offer a reward of up to $50,000 for
see the evidence. I want to see the evidence. Like,
as you can see, deputies.
I know there was a glove. Apparently, there was a blood trail. I just don't think she's alive. I mean, why would there be a blood trail?
With the Pima County Sheriff's Department returning to Nancy Guthrie's house earlier Saturday evening. This comes after the Guthrie family posted a video a little after 4 o'clock on Savannah's Instagram, saying they've heard the messages and they're ready to pay.
This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us.
So they did he did put out a ransom. So he did put out a ransom.
And we will pay.
Today's show host Savannah Guthrie with her siblings speaking.
I talk about missing kids every day, Diana. Like, what are you talking about? Like, see, it's you people who come into this channel who don't even know who the fuck I am or what I stream about, or what my thoughts are at all, that come in here and make yourselves look like serious. Yeah, I just better stop.
To a potential kidnapper, ready to meet their demands if it means bringing their mom home. It is unclear which letter the Guthries are responding to. Multiple ransom notes have been sent out to the media, including one that was sent to us, and the most recent one being sent to another station here in Tucson. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos warning about the danger of paying ransoms like this in an interview on Thursday.
We don't know who we're dealing with. We don't know what we're dealing with. That's why the FBI is really a big help.
The FBI also spoke at Thursday's press conference about the Guthries potentially paying the ransom.
We are in communication with the family, and while we advise and recommend from a law enforcement perspective, any action taken on any ransom is ultimately decided by the family.
As of right now, Nancy Guthrie has been missing for a full week. There's currently a $50,000 reward for anyone who can bring about information that will lead to an arrest and help authorities bring Nancy home.
And she's 82, dude. She's frail. Like, who? Yeah. Sad situation.
And the FBI has released a physical description of the male suspect in the search for Nancy Guthrie. The mother of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie has been missing for nearly 2 weeks. Officials have doubled the reward for any details leading to her return or the arrest of her captor. Jonathan Vigliotti remains in Tucson, Arizona. You've been there now for almost 2 weeks, Jonathan. Good morning to you.
Yeah.
What's new?
Yeah, and Errol, good morning to you. The FBI describing the suspect as 5'9" to 5'10" of average build. The FBI gathering those measurements from the home yesterday and saying they recovered several items of evidence that's now being tested for DNA.
For the first time, authorities are releasing new details about the man they're now calling a suspect in Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. They believe this individual, seen on Guthrie's doorbell camera, kidnapped her from her Tucson home February 1st. The FBI is looking for a male 5'9" to 10 inches tall with an average build. They say he was wearing a black Ozark trail hiker backpack like this one in photos they released Thursday. Investigators were seen earlier in the day at Guthrie's front porch setting up this pop-up tent to take measurements. It was the same location a doorbell camera captured the man the FBI says is the suspect in Guthrie's abduction. As the search stretches to a 13th day, law enforcement has been fanning out across.
Dude, like, my first question is, like, what did this woman's daughter do to make this guy want to kidnap her mom? Like, seriously.
Her Catalina Foothills community.
They wanted to look around the property and asked about cameras.
Investigators are concentrating on a 2-mile radius surrounding Nancy Guthrie's home. They're looking for video from January 31st to February 2nd that may show any vehicle or person that appears out of place.
Footage is extremely important because I believe that he has been in that neighborhood before.
Mary Ellen O'Toole is a former senior FBI profiler.
It does not necessarily mean he's going to stand out like some strange guy that is frightening to people, but rather would blend in.
Where do we go from here?
It's very impressive to see how many leads are coming forward right now, which tells me people want to help.
On Thursday, Savannah Guthrie posted this home video from her childhood, writing on Instagram, "Our lovely mom. We will never give up on her."
And again, the FBI doubling their reward to $100,000 for anyone with information leading to Nancy Guthrie or the suspect, Errol.
Yeah, so many people hoping for a breakthrough and soon. Jonathan, thank you.
Well, the search continues right now for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie in Tucson. It has been about 1 week since she was last seen by her family. And just yesterday, our sister station KOLD in Tucson got a second message that appears to be from the same person previously claiming to have Guthrie. Authorities are trying to authenticate it right now, so let's get out to Whitney live from Tucson this morning with some new perspective.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It's been quiet outside of Nancy Guthrie's home this morning. We have not seen investigators yet, but we certainly will be checking in with them. Now, some important things to note about this second message that it was received. There was no proof of life, there was no additional ransom demand, and there was no way for the Guthries to talk to the sender included in the message. So right now, investigators are trying to figure out exactly how authentic this is and if it's tied to Guthrie's disappearance. So joining us this morning is somebody that knows a lot about these types of investigations, and that's Lance Lysing. He's a former FBI agent. Lance, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Whitney.
Well, what was the mention? Or, like, what was the message?
One thing we also have to point out, one of the key points is this second message, it did not have the same IP address as the previous message, but it does appear the sender used the same type of secure server to hide their real IP address. What exactly does this tell you?
So it is not hard to mask or change your IP address. Actually, on most emails that are sent out from regular servers, your home IP address is masked. It is changed, and it's really, you see the Gmail IP address when the sender gets the email. So a different IP address, not surprising at all, and you can anonymize that and change that very easily. Using the exact same server makes me think it might be coming, or the exact same anonymizer that they used in the previous message to this one makes me think that it could be from the same person. Although there are a lot of people using those types of anonymizers, if it's a popular one, that diminishes that possibility. There's a difference between authenticating whether they're kidnappers or connecting those two ransom notes to the same person. There's a difference there. Authenticating whether they're the true kidnappers, that's going to require proof of life that you mentioned earlier, or something very intimate that only the kidnappers would know.
We know that there is certain information, of course, that investigators can't share with us, and we want to protect the integrity of the investigation. But just to your last point, how can they even figure out if these messages really have anything to do with Guthrie's disappearance?
So you see that in the family statements that they're putting out there, begging for an open line of communication between whoever's sending this message and the family. They need that. That open line of communication hopefully will result in a proof of life. That is ultimately how you authenticate this. If they show that Nancy is alive, they give some facts that only Nancy would know and only the family would know, that's not out in the media. Things like that. That would help. That would go a long way to authenticate. Without that, you're looking at details within that note. You're looking at things they said. You're trying to find any leads you can from the Bitcoin addresses that they provided. All of that helps, but really, the proof of life, that's what you need.
Sorry, guys, I'm just smoking right now.
From your experience, what are investigators, what are the FBI really going to be focusing on today? It's been a week since she was last seen at her home here in Tucson.
Yeah, if we take the information that we know from the press conferences, that there is no identified suspect, they're obviously searching for more leads, the reward is bumped up. The investigation is very much in we have to cover everything and look at everything as if it's legitimate right now. The investigations change when they get focused, when you have an identified suspect, when you can focus in on certain phones or cars or people or even a location. All of that changes. It doesn't appear they're at that point yet. They need a break to get to that point of the investigation. So right now, they're looking at everything. This ransom note is obviously top of that list, but every lead that comes in, every public tip that comes in, they're looking at, and that's why they're pleading with the public to provide more, if they can.
Yeah, and if you are watching this, you can report information to the FBI, 1-800-CALL-FBI. That information is on our website. There's a $50,000 reward. Lance, unfortunately, sadly, we talk about missing persons cases quite frequently. This case has grabbed national headlines. Nancy's daughter is a high-profile person, a journalist, NBC, a host of the NBC's Today Show. But this has gotten a lot of media attention. From your expertise in the FBI, what makes this particular case and investigation so unusual?
There are so many rare incidents that are happening in this case that you don't ever see on their own, let alone all put together into one case. The celebrity nature of the victim and the family. That's one. The age of the victim.
And the
yeah, but have you thought?
Yeah, this is just crazy. Potential getaway car investigation. Yeah, we already read that one. I want to see
Investigators in Arizona are bringing in some new tools in the search for Nancy Guthrie today. In the race to identify the masked and armed individual captured on Nancy's doorbell camera, they now have a forensic height camera involved on the scene at Nancy's house. That's used to measure somebody's height from a video or photo. Pima County Sheriff, meantime, now asking neighbors who live within a 2-mile radius for any footage that includes cars.
That's a nice house, too. Look at the pool in the back. It's weird, too, because, like, I don't know, to me, all these big bushes and, like, trees and, like, brush, basically, makes it look like a... I don't know. To me, I think it looks ugly. It probably looks prettier in person, but, like, it's all hidden away. But it's, like, such a nice little house.
Vehicle traffic.
I wonder what it looks like on the inside.
Pedestrians or anything that looks out of the ordinary. And this just in from TMZ as well. New video said to be on the FBI's radar of a man with a couple of backpacks, 2 backpacks. They say was shot at 1:52 in the morning, about 5 miles from Nancy's home. Back now to senior national correspondent Brian Enton, who's live once again in Tucson with this and more. What are you following, Brian?
I would look at that guy. It looks like he was setting a second backpack over a fence in a secret area to have maybe a change of clothes or some sort of supplies. I don't know. Welcome in, Nicole.
Yeah, I want to take a look at that new
And
video.
by the way, we have an hour left on our super chat goal. 10 super chats, $5 and up. Help me reach my super chat goal of 10 super chats, $5 and up. I know how today's times are, so if you can't, that's completely fine. But help your boy out and help the channel continue to grow, and help me be able to do this from Monday to Friday by super chatting and getting your chats read. If any big chats, go to ko-fi.com. It's the link that's pinned in the comments, so YouTube doesn't take 30% out of it. But anything $5 and up, I have a super chat goal of 10 super chats, $5 and up. God, I cannot talk.
That's been obtained again from a Ring camera, because this is new, and it's interesting when you really look at it closely. It's from about 5 miles away from Nancy Guthrie's house, and you see a man there. He's got a backpack on. Remember, the guy who came to Nancy's house had a backpack on. His face is not covered, and we've blurred the face because police haven't said that this person is involved at all. But we know that the sheriff's office has the video and is looking into the video. But you see him go up to a gate. It looks suspicious. He kind of goes near a trash can, is looking around, and then walks away. But this is 5 miles away again from Nancy's house, and it's shot around the same...
Why would you do that? Why would you potentially try and drop a backpack somewhere where there's a Ring camera? Or there's cameras. Well, obviously, maybe he didn't know about the camera, but there's a light right here, so how could he not? If you're smart. No, it's just weird to me.
Time, at least according to the timestamps and what we're hearing, as when the Ring camera was first disabled here at Nancy Guthrie's house. So it's hard to imagine that this person would be able to make it from 5 miles away over to here to Nancy's house. But at the same time, Connell, we know that investigators are looking into it and are trying to figure out the timing of it all. Also new today, there was a tent that was put up outside Nancy Guthrie's front door. This happened a couple of hours ago. There was equipment brought in where they were taking photographs.
Wait, I want to see that map quick. And Guthrie's house. Police scene legal. Oh, dude, this would be crazy speculation. This is just a conspiracy in me, and none of this is fact. This is all alleged. But what if Annie, what if her daughter was involved? Because Annie Guthrie's house, vehicle of interest spotted near it at the Circle K near Ann Guthrie's house. And then he drives all the way over here. I don't know, it's just crazy.
A couple of hours.
Oh, man. Stacy, you didn't have to do that, sister. Thank you so much for the gifted 3 memberships. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate you. Thank you, Sheldon, Pumpkin, and Skippy, for all the love and support. You've lifted my spirits and helped me keep sane. Well, we're always here for you, Stacy, and you know that. And I try to be on the, Discord as much as I can. I can, especially when my kids aren't around. But after I get my kids from school, it's hard for me to get on there. But I definitely am here for you. And you know, just keep talking to us in the Discord. You know, you can always talk to any of us. You know, we're a family, and that's the reason why I do this, man. Like, you know, when I say your family, I mean that. So I appreciate the 3 gifted memberships. God bless you. And I wonder who's going to get them. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, we're all here for you. We're always going to be here for you. And that's why the Discord is here. Oh, Stacy, you didn't have to do the extra $2. Thank you. I appreciate you, Stacy, for the super sticker. I got to write your name down twice. I'm fat right now, so I'm not going to put the AI tracking on, but I'm going to write your name down real quick. I'm going to let this play.
Hours ago, there was equipment brought in where they were taking photographs inside the tent. And remember, that's right where the blood was found. When we went up there a couple days after all this started, this tent was put around where the blood was. But what they also had was, and you mentioned it, it's called a forensic height board. We saw them going in with the forensic height board that they were carrying. And they use that, we're told, to figure out how tall the suspect is. They go back and they look at the surveillance photos and video, and they compare it with the forensic height board. And you're going to see here, he's carrying it right.
All right, your name's written down, Stacy. Twice. 2 times. Thank you so much for the extra $2. You didn't have to do that. You know what's crazy? And you guys let me know if you feel the same. But, you know, overtime talking, especially on the Discord, and, you know, we're live every day. We're chilling. It does have a sense of family to it, you know? Don't you guys feel that? You guys, I mean, I do. That's why I say, when I say family, I'm not joking, you know? So stay on the Discord, and we'll always be here for you, girl. You got this. You're strong, man.
There, we zoomed in. That's the forensic height board. Hopefully to figure out how tall this person is, then they can put that out, which would obviously help narrow down who it is with all of the leads coming in, Connell.
All right, I want to bring in Sheriff Mark Daniels on this, Brian. You stay with us as well. He's Cochise County, Arizona, so nearby, knows the area, has joined our show on numerous occasions. Good to see you, Sheriff. Brian brings up a couple of things, so I'll just run it by you, big picture, to say whether it's the height board or whether it's this video of the guy with the backpack 5 miles away. What's your sense of where this investigation is on day 12 and whether they're really making progress?
Well, let me just say, thanks for having me on the show again, Connell. And when you look at traditional policing, that has come straight from your communities, where the citizens are giving us tips, working with us side by side. That's a huge plus. And then you look at the technological side of this, where you're bringing in the boards, you're bringing in the forensic, all the things you see working together with a collective effort of all. This case is in the right direction. It truly is, in the fact that everybody's doing the right thing to solve this and bring some justice to the Guthrie family.
I wanted to ask, and Brian, could you hop back with us for a moment, the sheriff a question, because earlier, I think it was a couple hours ago, when you and I were speaking, you mentioned...
I want to hear, what was the message to the families? Did they release the messages that this guy sent to the families? I know he sent like a Bitcoin address or something. I haven't seen that.
Some questions are being brought up about, like, who's in charge, right? I know, Sheriff Daniels with Cochise County, not Pima County, but what was going on with that earlier, so I can run it by the sheriff?
Yeah, so we've spoken with people who are specifically part of the investigation, because I've been asking the question for a week now. Who is in charge? Is the sheriff in charge? Because he hasn't done any press conferences anymore. We haven't seen him in days. Or has the FBI taken over? And the sheriff wouldn't answer the question at the last press conference, but the new item here is we have heard from investigators working the case that even they don't know who's in charge. They can't say whether the sheriff or the FBI is in charge, and they're actually working the investigation.
That's interesting. All right, Brian, you got...
How can you not say that? That's crazy.
Thank you for joining us on a busy Tuesday night, and all day a wait for good news that has not come in the search for the mother of today.
We all know who controls mainstream media too, so I wouldn't be surprised if Mossad was involved. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, it's a joke. I'm a comedian. Right? I've been off my meds for weeks. Nothing I say is true. Thank you to Zox for the subscription. God bless you.
Co-anchor Savannah Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie, 84, has been missing since the overnight hours Saturday into Sunday, abducted from her home in Arizona, according to the Pima County Sheriff's Office. The new details tonight, including blood at the house, as the authorities say they have no suspect. But what they do have, the sheriff told our Jonathan Vigliotti just moments ago, is a ransom note. Jonathan, that would be a huge development. Good evening to you.
And good evening to you. A huge development indeed. The sheriff telling me they first received that note late last night. We at CBS News have not reviewed it, but we are told it asked for a large sum of money. The FBI has been analyzing it ever since. They're taking it seriously enough at this hour that they even showed it to the Guthrie family.
Tonight, the Pima County Sheriff tells CBS News they have shared the ransom note with Savannah Guthrie and her family.
Is there anything in that note that seems credible at this moment that you're giving weight to?
The entire note. That's what I would tell you.
The entire note.
When the note comes to us, we look, it's like any piece of evidence. You give it to us. You give us a lead. We're going to look at every aspect of that lead and work it as a lead.
So you're not dismissing this note at this point.
Not.
It is potentially credible.
The sheriff says the note contained details about what 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was wearing the night of the crime. The sheriff would not confirm its authenticity. It was initially sent to a local television station in Tucson, who forwarded it to authorities. The station agreed not to report on it, but today the website TMZ was also sent a copy and went public with some of the details.
You have been trying to contain this wildfire. And then TMZ comes out with this note that you have known about, that the Guthries have now seen. And it sounds like it could compromise this case to some degree.
It could. It could. I hope not.
The search has been on for nearly 3 days with no sign of Nancy, and so far, video from surveillance cameras on the property have not been helpful.
So it was on some kind of like 24-hour loop where it deleted?
So it could have been. It could have been a 4-hour loop. I don't know. I don't think there's any deletion, but I don't know that. It may be just taped over.
Today, our cameras captured what appears to be a small amount of blood outside the front door of Nancy Guthrie's home. And a law enforcement source tells CBS News that a little bit of blood was found inside the home. It's unclear whose blood, but authorities say it's being examined along with other clues.
You've taken her away from her home, her safest environment, and you've placed her at great jeopardy without giving her the meds that are critical to her. Again, like I say, could be fatal if she doesn't get those meds. So yes, I believe not only has she been, she's being harmed.
And because it's like, what's the blood from? Because it's either it's from him hurting himself, trying to get into the house some way, or doing something that he was doing when it comes to whatever, and or it's hers and he hurt her. But it's like, but how bad was she hurt? But if it was small amounts of blood, I mean, I'm thinking a cut. You know, I'm thinking like a cut or something, or maybe a fall. But I think it's hers. I predict it's hers.
And the sheriff tells me they are now testing DNA evidence. They're continuing to ask for the public's help.
Yeah, Skippy, I agree. It's always something. That's why I said it could be them boys.
Anyone with information is asked to call the FBI hotline on your screen. Meanwhile, the search continues.
Them boys own all the media companies.
Nancy Guthrie, and now the author of that note, Tony.
And Jonathan, we know you'll stay on it. Thank you very much.
So let's go to, hold on. So right here, Nancy Guthrie's kidnapping, TMZ allegedly ransom note demanding big money in Bitcoin. The Pima County Sheriff's Department posted on X that they are aware of reports circulating about possible ransom notes regarding the investigation into Nancy Guthrie. Sorry, I'm just looking for stuff that pertains to the note here. Tweet says that the department is taking tips and leads very seriously, and anything that comes and quote directly goes to the FBI and detectives coordinating with the FBI, whatever. Another scary twist in the disappearance of today. Host Savannah Guthrie's kidnapped mother. TMZ received a alleged ransom note. Okay, yeah, the note, which was sent to us Tuesday morning, demands a specific but substantial amount of Bitcoin. The amount is in the millions, and the note demands cryptocurrency to be sent to a specific Bitcoin address. There is a deadline connected to the alleged ransom, the element of or else. See, so the other news station agreed not to share some, but Miss FBI TMZ did share a little bit. In the moment of our live stream above, Harvey Charles says she was wearing an item mentioned in the note. In fact, the note says she was not wearing it. I bet you clothes. I bet you she was not wearing any clothes or something. The alleged ransom note also describes another item. The sender was damaged at her.
When it comes to starting your business, not all services are created equal. That's where Busy stands out. We're more than just a platform. We're your partner in success. From estate fee only, zero cost LLC formation.
Be quiet. Sorry. Goodness, my reading's bad enough, and now you gotta deal with that. Anyway, we forwarded the alleged ransom note to the Nancy and Pima County Sheriff's Office. Nancy was reported missing Sunday, and her disappearance has been labeled as an abduction and homicide. Detectives are on the case. Yeah, I guarantee you when they said that, when they're at the point where it was like, she doesn't have certain thing, and something was damaged at the house, I bet you he's talking about clothes. I bet she's trying to say that she's not wearing clothes. Anyway, sorry, I cannot read, and it's bad enough that I just smoked, so pardon me.
More twists in the search for Nancy Guthrie. A new note arrived in a media outlet's inbox in similar fashion to the alleged ransom note sent last week. Was it sent by the person that we see in this chilling video? No ransom demand this time, just someone claiming they know what happened to Nancy Guthrie and they want money for what they know. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart.
I mean, yeah, like, if it is a distraction, what a great, story, right? News anchor's, if I get it correctly, a news anchor's mother gets kidnapped. Then a witness comes out and says he has verifiable information, but he wants Bitcoin, and he's not coming out unless he gets it. What a good storyline. I'm interested already.
We are now on day.
That's just alleged. I mean, this is a very sad situation. Obviously, I'm not trying to be, malice or anything.
Day 11 of the search for Nancy Guthrie. So let's talk about where investigators may now be looking. TMZ is reporting that they received a new note on Wednesday from someone claiming to have information in connection to the case of Nancy Guthrie. Now, this is a brand new billboard right here put out by the FBI. Now, before we get into this new note that allegedly says something about Nancy Guthrie that could be very important to this investigation and whether any part of it seems legit, I do want to update you with what the FBI just said they are doing today. The FBI put out a statement saying that they are working an extensive search, their words, along multiple roadways in the area of Catalina Foothills, which is the area of Tucson, north of downtown, where Nancy Guthrie's house is located. So we know that the FBI and other members of law enforcement, they have just been continuously going back and forth between Nancy Guthrie's home and her daughter Annie's home, searching for any sort of clues that could lead them to Nancy Guthrie. And remember, law enforcement dropped these creepy but clear images of the person they believe tampered with Nancy's security camera moments before she disappeared back on February 1st. Then you have that major development that happened overnight. Authorities detaining a man who then hours later was
Fulado by Kush to the face. Hell yeah. You smoked that, Stacy. You get the feeling right. I had to as well. I gotta get more though. I'll let you know the strain though in the Discord.
released. We'll get into those updates here in just a moment and whether it could still factor in to this case. But let's get back to this new note that TMZ says that it received around 5 o'clock Pacific time this morning here on Wednesday. Now, remember, TMZ was one of the news organizations who received an alleged ransom note last week. One of the other organizations to receive it was K-Gun Television, which is a local station in Tucson, as well as another local TV station in Tucson said that they got one of those initial ransom notes. But K-Gun said that the alleged demand was for $6 million to be sent in Bitcoin on Monday. That deadline.
And how would that girl have that? She's just a news anchor, isn't she?
Passed, and it doesn't appear that the ransom was paid. This new note, it's a bit different from the alleged ransom note that Harvey Levin from TMZ has been talking about. He says the first note claimed that if the ransom was paid, that Nancy Guthrie would be returned within 12 hours, which definitely casts a wide net when you think of the different states that you can get to from Tucson within a 12-hour drive of going the speed limit. TMZ has said that that initial ransom note and even the follow-up from it, there was no proof of life and there was really no communication that we knew about. And the FBI has said they don't know of communication between the Guthrie family and Nancy Guthrie's alleged kidnappers. But the note did allegedly say that Nancy was safe, but she was scared and she understood the situation that she was in. Now, the new note today does not appear to be from a kidnapper. It appears to be from someone claiming they know the kidnapper and they know where Nancy Guthrie is. The note reportedly says that for 1 Bitcoin, they will give the name of the suspect in the case. TMZ says that the account listed in this note is a real Bitcoin account, but
I mean, come on, dude, really? I mean, do you really expect us to believe that a witness came out and said that he knows the kidnapper and knows where she is? But I just want 1 Bitcoin. Who the fuck does that? Like, what? Okay.
it's different from the Bitcoin account that was in the first alleged ransom note provided. Now, at the time of this recording, a Bitcoin, it's worth about $66,200. Bitcoin's very volatile, though, and all of that could change. TMZ says that they have provided this new note
Bitcoin's very volatile, he said,
to the FBI. You think of the cost of a Bitcoin, $66,000. The FBI is offering a reward of $50,000 for information that could lead to Nancy Guthrie or her kidnappers. Now, one of the big questions in this case, as we have been following all the different developments that have come in, but related to the ransom notes, the big question has been, are these real? Were they actually sent by the person who took Nancy Guthrie? Did the person who authorities show masked and armed on her front doorsteps on February 1st, is that the person who sent the alleged ransom notes to the media outlets? A very important tool that we use.
I see you commenters coming in and saying like, oh, people get kidnapped every day, or what about the children, but you guys care about this one? Like, it's what the news chooses to, like, I can't control what they choose to report on. But I talk about it all the time. So don't come at me at my media channel, at my media company, saying that I don't report on that crap. Because I talk about it all the time, and I bring it up all the time. Okay? So don't come at See Me Now media about that. Go at CBS or Law and Crime media about that. I'm just covering this case right now.
Here at Law and Crime, Truth Finder helps us search public records for our
shout out New Jersey
stories, including this
one. For real, don't See Me Now media is a whole different media company than anything else. Okay? I'm not CBS. I'm not fucking CNN and MSNBC, all these other people. I'm See Me Now media. Okay? So if you have a problem with anything about like stuff like that, take it up with other people. Because you don't know my channel. I talk about that all the time. Blame See Me Now media. Shit. You see me now.
Truth Finder saves us research time so we can focus on reporting crime, not paperwork. Now, you can use Truth Finder as well. You type in a name, gun reported third to be line. Public records with Truth Finder now at truthfinder.com/OTC.
God bless you.
This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
That was Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie in the days leading up to that Monday deadline. But then the deadline came and the deadline went, and there has appeared to be no activity in the Bitcoin account other than last night when K-Gun reported $300 being put in. It's unclear what was behind that move, who put the money in, and the reason behind it. Now, Savannah Guthrie then posted this video, which was a very distinct change in her tone and her message.
Dude, to me, like, how are you not crying right now?
As we enter into another week of this nightmare, I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for...
Something's up, dude. I'm sorry, but like my like spidey senses are tingling. I'll just say that. Like, what? This sounds like it's being rehearsed. This is all alleged. I've been off my meds, figment of my imagination. But you know, this all alleged. This all just my imagination. But dude, she does not sound genuine, and does like, how are you not like still like, yeah, this is how it is. Like, you should be able to talk smoothly flowing and like be visibly at least upset. Like, I mean, let's rewind this a little bit.
Enter into another week of
reason behind it. Now, Savannah Guthrie then posted this video, which was a very distinct change in her tone and her message.
As we enter into another week of this nightmare, I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt. Because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers, and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place.
Just like Candace Owen said too, they always use God. But
we believe our mom is still out there. We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help. So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
The FBI will not say whether they believe the ransom notes are legit, but they have.
I want to hear the first one again. Sorry, guys. Let's hear the first one again, quick.
And we will pay. This is very valuable to us.
Like, all them holding her, look at him holding her hand like this. Like, look at this position like this.
And we will pay.
That was Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie in the days leading up to that Monday deadline. But then the deadline came and the deadline went, and there has appeared to be no activity in the Bitcoin account other than last.
What the fuck, dude? I'm sorry to say this, dude. And like, people are gonna, I might have to report on this, bro. I might have to drop a video. Did Savannah Guthrie set this up? Allegedly. All allegedly. Look at, dude, like, my bullshit alarm goes off as soon as I see all these guys holding their hands. There's no tears. Like, dude, like, you got a ransom note. Your mom's missing. If my mom was missing and I got a ransom note, we're at the family, we're about to make a video to record to send back, bro, I ain't like, what the fuck? Like, this ain't how I'm acting. I'd be emotional. I'd be like, you know, at least have some sort of urgency. Like, this is like weird to me. Like, just listening to it from the beginning is like, what? And then listening to her next one too. I don't know, bro. Like, it sounds like there's some fishy shit around here, and get that smell away from me, bro. I smell that shit. Something's going on. We about to find the truth.
Registered sex offenders nearby, or do a background.
We need to skip a fucking couple seconds here. That was great. All right. Anyway, yeah, this is wild. Let's listen to this again.
Us, and we will pay.
That was Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie in the days leading up to that Monday deadline. But then the deadline came and the deadline went, and there has appeared to be no activity.
And in this darkest place. We believe our mom is still out there.
Dude, by moment, I'm saying we believe our mom is still out there. I'd be crying, bro. Like, what the fuck? Come on, homeboy. Oh, you guys can't even see me on this damn screen, bro. Hold on a second, y'all. Let's do this. Wow. I feel like this would be a whole lot better. And then we could put this. This is pretty big on the screen still. Oops. Wow. There we go. Sorry.
We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help.
In methods that they can use to find images and files. Palazuelos. He was speaking with reporters after in Rio Rico, Arizona. It's about an hour south of where Nancy Guthrie lives in Tucson. It is close to the border with Mexico. Now, Carlos claims he's innocent. He says he is not the person that you see in those surveillance images, and he wants his name and his family's name cleared. He says that law enforcement...
What? We got Carlos over here being blamed? What? We got Carlos over here being blamed of being the suspect. Y'all are blaming Carlos? Carlos? Man. And he's not arrested if he's a suspect? Y'all are blaming Carlos? Man, y'all are racist. Oh,
enforcement detained him as he was out driving for DoorDash last night. And it doesn't appear that law enforcement, though, were just interested in him, but they were also interested in his house and what might be in his house. The Pima County Sheriff says that they executed a court-approved search of Carlos's house. His mother-in-law says that when law enforcement went into their house, they took electronics. It's unclear if this search found anything of value. Carlos says that he has no clue why authorities were looking at him. He says he's a delivery driver during the day in Tucson. So he suggested this.
Yeah, I work in Tucson. What do you do? GLS, deliver packages.
Okay, do you think you might have delivered a package to Nancy Guthrie's house?
I don't know. Might have been a possibility. I don't know.
Now, it's unclear what kind of evidence law enforcement had that made them believe that this man or someone associated with him could be involved. It's unclear if he has officially been cleared at this hour. Carlos's mother-in-law told media outlets that law enforcement actually kicked down their door and they showed her pictures of the masked man outside of Nancy Guthrie.
I'm sorry, but with all those homes around, you think that there'd be ring cam or like side house cam of a vehicle, you know?
His house, and they were asking her if that was her son-in-law, and she said no. She believes that he is innocent. Now, we know that investigators have been trying to figure out who had access to Nancy's home. She lived alone, but Fox News is reporting that she did have some hired employees, people that would come clean her pool or do some gardening and landscaping, and those people have been asked to give DNA samples. We also know that blood samples from outside of...
You know what I've noticed too is the DNA test for the blood that was found at the crime scene didn't come out yet either. How is that not out like that? You know?
Nancy's home were sent to a lab to be tested. This is that video from News Nation. The samples came back as Nancy's. But it's important to note it's unclear if the masked person left anything behind, but law enforcement haven't confirmed what.
This guy looks young. The eyes look young. Dude, to me, the eyes almost look like a girl's eyes. I'm not going to cap to you.
Evidence was taken from inside Nancy's house. Investigators continue to comb through Nancy's neighborhood. As we just talked about at the top, that's what they're doing today. They've also been combing through the neighborhood of her daughters, Annie. Annie lives about 10 minutes away from Nancy, and before Carlos was detained, we saw law enforcement working their way through Annie's neighborhood. Over the weekend, law enforcement did a consensual search of Annie's home. So different from the kind of search at Carlos's house last night, where you needed a judge to give you permission to go inside. This search of Annie's home was done with the permission of the family. And Annie's house was where Nancy was before she returned to her home just hours before she was allegedly taken back on February 1st. Now, as the search for Nancy Guthrie continues, the scope of this case goes far beyond Tucson. It goes far beyond Arizona, potentially, because billboards are now up in several cities in the Southwest, as far away as El Paso, even as far west as Los Angeles. And again, the FBI is offering that $50,000.
Shout out Alaska. Welcome in, Cassandra. Welcome in, welcome in. Make sure y'all tap that like button, man. Double tap your screens. There is 45 minutes left on my 10 super chat goal. 10 super chats, $5 and above. If anyone wants to help me reach my goal of 10 super chats, $5 and above. Gosh, shouldn't smoke now. I can't talk. God dang it. Make sure you super chat. Get your name written on the donor wall. But any big donos, go to the pinned comment and go to ko-fi.com/see me now.
Reward for information leading to Nancy or her captors. Savannah Guthrie continues to hold out hope that her mom will be brought home safely, that this nightmare can have somewhat of a happy ending. Savannah posted the images of the person of interest on her mom's doorstep and wrote, quote, "Someone out there recognizes this person. We believe she is still out there. Bring her home." And she also wrote, quote, "We believe she is still alive." This person, we believe she is still out there. Bring her home. And she also wrote, quote, "We believe she is still alive." If you have any information on where Nancy Guthrie may be, contact
Time you have a high-profile case like this, where it's all over the national news, it's all over, massive amount of information to sift through.
Yeah,
that's how many people are buying masks and backpacks on Amazon. You know, so it's
that's crazy. And her daughter did not sound. Yeah, her daughter did not sound. Something was off. That's what I'm gonna say.
Couple of new things. There is a new video on Ring's Neighbors app, which is really interesting to authorities in this investigation. We spoke with a high-up official in this investigation who said they are, and this is a quote, absolutely looking at this video. It shows a man skulking around the front porch of a house 8 days before the Nancy Guthrie kidnapping. It is 6.5 miles away from Nancy's home. Interestingly, this man, we blurred his face, but he has a goatee and a mustache. And if you look at the video on Nancy Guthrie's porch, the man seen there appears to have the same. So again, we don't know. The man.
I wish I could zoom in on that. How do I zoom in on this? I wish I knew how to use Mac. Gosh darn it. Can I zoom like this? But yeah, it does look like he has a goatee.
And seen there appears.
Oh, let's try and hold on. I'm so sorry, guys. You guys know I'm shitty at this. Come on now.
Video on Nancy Guthrie's porch. The man seen there appears to have
view of it.
the man seen.
He's an older gentleman. I've seen those kind of beards before on older gentlemen. Yeah, he's in his mid-30s, guaranteed.
The same. So again, we don't know if the two are connected, but the authorities are, as was put to us, absolutely looking at this video. Couple of other things. One is, we have been told by multiple sources connected to this investigation that they have been frustrated over not being able to identify a vehicle tied to the person at Nancy Guthrie's front porch. They have looked everywhere, and it's one of the reasons they are putting out this APB, if you will, asking people in that area if they've seen anything over the month before Nancy was kidnapped. But the vehicle is going to be key, and the wider net they cast, the more likely it is that they're going to get a lead. So it's something that they really want. Now, finally, I want to talk about these ransom notes. We have received one. There are two of them, and it is now going on 2 weeks since Nancy's kidnapping. The note we received demands $6 million. And I can tell you, we check this Bitcoin account regularly, and the money is not there. $6 million, not there. And it's been 2 weeks. Savannah had
Well, how the fuck does a news anchor have just $6 million to give away? You know, it's like, come on.
they were going to present the money through the Bitcoin account. It has not yet happened. I will tell you this. I know, and when I say I know, I am positive that authorities, including the FBI, are vitally interested.
Thank you, Tony Valdez. I appreciate the $1. God bless you. Thank you for the donation, brother. Welcome to the See Me Now family. Hopefully you're subscribed. Thank you, Brenda Maya, for the subscription. But thank you again, Tony, for the $1, brother. God bless you, brother.
Interested in that ransom note. I know this to be true.
I get a dono, and then I get a fuck you, fake news. That's funny.
And I can't say the specifics because I promised I wouldn't, but I can tell you they are absolutely.
TMZ is definitely the FBI.
Still vitally interested in this ransom note. So it doesn't seem like they've been.
This guy said Savannah's net worth is 12 million. Bro, you can't go off that, bro. Trust me, you don't know what she has, bro. She could have way less than that or way higher than that. Like, trust me.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley Banfield and welcome to Drop Dead Serious. Full disclosure.
Never watched this girl ever. Is Minnesota still a thing? I mean, are they still protesting in Minnesota? Should we check on that? What's Minnesota up to? I probably misspelled it. Oh my god. Or you can tell I just smoked. That's so funny. I can't type shit. I just got one scheduled for today. Abolish ICE. Yeah, it looks like nothing has really been going on. I remember when I was seeing this that he showed up again. He was like arrested or whatever. I gotta turn this down a little bit because oh my god, my ears. It looks like a bunch of zombies behind walls. Like, you know what I mean? Like Dawn of the Dead type shit. So, was Jake Lang only there for a second? I was just trying to show that part. That's it. You are under arrest. Look at his face here. Oh yeah, this is what he got arrested for, kicking
After
this down.
smashing an anti-ICE sculpture on
Now
the
he's
front
gonna try
steps
and
of
sell
the
his
state Capitol,
mugshot.
a far-right influencer has been told to stay away. A Ramsey County judge.
Oh, look at that. He's going to try and sell his mugshot. Ramsey County. Dude, I'm not doxing myself, but
Judge ordered Jake Lang to stay 3 blocks away from the Minnesota State Capitol. WCCO's Reg Chapman talked with the veterans group behind the sculpture.
It took about 7 days and $7,000 to complete this ice sculpture, but it only took seconds to destroy it. It was commissioned by Common Defense, a national grassroots veterans group with a goal of fighting for democracy.
Because this is destruction of property, and because of how
10 days and $7,000 to complete
group behind the
protect
sculpture.
ICE, is that what it said?
It took about 7 days and $7,000 to complete this ice sculpture, but it only took seconds to destroy it.
Prosecute ICE,
It was commissioned by Common Defense, a national grassroots veterans group with a goal of fighting for democracy.
because this is destruction of property, and because of how much that art costs, it's a felony destruction of property. And so we hope to see justice done there, as we hope to see justice done across this country.
The man who filmed himself destroying the structure, Jake Lang, was arrested and charged with destruction of property. He told troopers he broke the sculpture yesterday because he was exercising his First Amendment right to artistic expression. When troopers caught up with him, he asked to be placed in protective custody at the
Artistic expression.
jail. Then, when he was placed in the squad, he asked a cohort to take a photo of him. The far-right influencer from Florida sparked this heated scene last month when he staged a rally in downtown Minneapolis, and he had planned another rally at the Capitol this weekend. But after Thursday's arrest, a judge barred him from coming within 3 blocks of the property. Our cameras caught him driving away from jail Friday evening.
Art can be destroyed, but our resolve to defend democracy and to defend our neighbors and fight for what is right cannot be destroyed.
Thomas says the goal now is to rebuild the ice sculpture, and this time it might be bigger. Common Defense had a permit to put their message in ice on the steps of the state capitol.
So we've been working across the country to help push back against the terror campaign that ICE is unleashed on our cities.
Thomas says Common Defense will continue to use his voice
All right,
for true
all right,
accountability
everybody.
and justice.
What?
Case, and they were talking about Derek Kalala, the individual who got arrested for trying to
This is breaking manhunt. Nancy Guthrie kidnapping live.
extort.
He just had court here yesterday.
Yeah, he had court here yesterday. I wish I knew. I would have went down there. The media outlets were down there, but nobody really went up to him. Like, they were like filming him at a distance. I didn't see anyone go up to him. I would have went straight up to his face and said, like, why'd you do this? What are you thinking? Like, why? Like, any comment? Do you feel remorse for what you did?
Didn't get attention
Like,
as a kid.
was it worth it? Like, questions like that.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But
Random crime. It's been there.
So this guy must just be live streaming like
so it just
a
comes quickly, like a flash flood.
You don't hear it, and you just
like a when they get together and they you know, they manhunt or whatever.
From a Jeep to a Ford.
Looks like all media right here.
He said we crossed paths down there at the border.
Hi, Matt Finn's mom, if you're watching. Miss K. Nah, he just tweeted out. I'll go back to his.
Huh. Sorry, guys. I got stoned. I had to grab a munchie, man. My bad, my bad. All right. Now let's see if we can get anything else here. Oh my God, who the hell is this?
Well, the family feud for Glorilla is not calming down at all. We interviewed her sister, Scarface.
Oh my God, dude. Imagine being a girl like this, a pretty girl, a kind of pretty girl, and then having a sister like this.
Last week and talked to her about the fact Scarface felt that Glorilla had abandoned the family. She's not supporting them, even though she's become this superstar.
Same old
Scarface
shit.
feels like they're being cut out of the equation.
Actually, Scarface has kind of become a superstar in the last week.
A little bit. And so a bit from our interview, but also Glorilla did a live stream where she kind of pushed back against the things that Scar was saying, where she actually had their parents on, both mom and dad, at least on the live, said, look, we can't thank you enough, Glo, for everything you've done for us.
Right? See, mom and dad appreciate it, man. You know, mom and dad appreciate the support. When you're a millionaire, you're always gonna have those people who say they don't get enough from you all the time.
Their father said, I can't thank you enough for this car that you gave me when I retired. And so it seems like everything's fine with the parents.
So it leads us to the question.
Yeah, I'm not listening to these two talk for 7 minutes. That's crazy. Let's check out Jace book. You guys ever heard about that? Sorry, I'm chewing right now. One second, guys. I'm trying to look up. It's Jace book or whatever. If my fucking caps lock would be turned off. I wonder if they took it down. Oh. J. I want a J. For fuck's sake. Dude, they must have took it down. Because I had it pulled up on my other computer. I was going to do a video about it. It's Jeffrey Epstein's Facebook. It changed it again to a J, bro? What are we doing? Okay, that's it. God damn it. I can't type. I'm sorry, guys. Dude, I was literally just on it the other day. That's crazy. It's like a Jeffrey Epstein Facebook thing. I mean, I wonder if I can just do it. Okay, well, it brought me to Etsy. Yep. So it looks like they took it down. I mean, how how do I type in Jace book and it takes me to Etsy? Can we please elaborate on this right here? Please, for the love of God. Oh my God. How many subs we have? 10,348. I appreciate you guys, man. We gained like 30 something subs today.
The American people.
Oh my God, sorry for your ears, Skippy. Let's see what Valhalla VFT has to say about this.
Have a right to know the answers to this. These are senior officials in the Trump administration. This is not a game, Secretary. I'm Attorney General. My apologies, I couldn't tell.
Oh, boom. Roasted. Man, she perfectly set her up with that one, huh? You had to know that, of course, she knew that she wasn't actually secretary. She just said that to set Pam Bondi up for that. And, of course, Pam Bondi being the absolute narcissist that she is, she couldn't help herself but to walk right into that. Psychotic Karen rant that she just dropped at her congressional hearing yesterday. You are in for a treat, I promise you that, because pedo protector Barbie was on one, lashing out at everybody, screaming at all the senators in the room, refusing to apologize for printing the Epstein victims' names unredacted in the files, and then demanding those victims apologize to President Trump. Absolutely insane. But we got all the best clips from the hearing here for you, and some of
I'm gonna turn this off quick because I want to find that Jace book. I don't want to keep reacting to videos. Let's look into some actual information and stuff here. Oops, damn it. There we go. Dude, they had to have taken it off. I mean, they had to. This is crazy. My third computer. Since this one is about to die, this one can barely fit here. Let's see what the let's see what the web address is here. Dude, that's crazy. I can pull it up on this computer. Okay, so hold on one second. I'm gonna type in the exact. Apple must be trying to protect them or something. I don't fucking know. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Sorry it took me a minute, but hey, that's the benefit of having all these computers. Because this is my actual video recording computer right here. So, I can set that there for a moment. Yeah. So, this is crazy. This is like Jeffrey Epstein's Facebook. Oh my God. And I just pulled up my messages in accident. That was great. Let's get out of those here. Okay, whatever. Hold on. Sorry. There we go. But this is like Jeffrey Epstein's Facebook. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. So like it's a simulator. Contacts obviously says Ghislaine Maxwell, Bill Clinton, Steve Bannon, and you can click on all these people, and you can like see what they were up to, see what they were posting, and all the pictures they have posted with Epstein, and all this other stuff, and it gives you a little bit of information about each person and what they do and like what position of power they could be in. You can go over here to his messages. I'm gonna do a video on this, so I'm not gonna do too much on this, but you can go over here to his messages. You should have been able to, but anyways, you can go here. It should show. So, what the fuck? Or do we go up here? Yeah, I don't know. It just shows you a whole bunch of different stuff. It's like a Facebook simulator. That there might not be stuff I want to show on here. Maybe, hopefully, it's all redacted. But yeah, something that you can look at. So it's jmail.world or /jspbook. But I mean, holy shit! You go down the list. You go to Chris Tucker. Here's some pictures of Chris Tucker with Jeffrey Epstein or whatever. Him with Ghislaine Maxwell right here. Chris Tucker. With a redacted face, so I'm sure it's a minor. Allegedly. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cool to look at. There's more shit you can do, I swear, but... Oh, yeah, here we go. So you go up here and you click on the messages button, and you can go down to, like, Steve Bannon, right? And it'll show you all of the text messages. So if you're interested in looking at doing some research on the Jeffrey Epstein situation and whatnot, you can go to jmail.world, jmail.world /jacebook, JACE book, and do all this. And so, like, you can go through all their messages, right? So, like, right here, for instance, he said, no, I'm in no shape to film, clearly in some sort of pain and has grown a beard. Be practicable. He spent 3 hours crushing me. I will land my son, fly on my island Tuesday afternoon, be back from Paris following. So yeah, this is like what he was messaging Steve Bannon. You can go down to a bunch of different people. Let's go to see all messenger. Hold on. It doesn't bring me there. What the hell? But yeah, you can go through all these people. I mean, just random. Larry Summers. I don't know. Pretty interesting. Now we can go to the. Let's do this. Let's go through some more of these files. Dude, I've tried to be going through all these files, dude. It's so hard to go through these files and like so tiring because you have to read and it hurts my head because of my eyes. But we'll start a new data set. I wonder why it has a indictment that doesn't have his name on it. So this must be the check sheet for the housing unit he was in that all the guards had to sign that they checked in on him. And all his signatures are redacted, of course. So it was every what, 2 minutes? Every half hour they get checked? That's just crazy. Bunch of nothing right there. Printing them all out would be crazy. But yeah, it is so hard to go through all of them and try and be consistent on which one you're on, you know? So this one, it says United States of America versus Jeffrey Epstein. Count 1, sex trafficking conspiracy. Like, it's right here, and they tried to put a freaking article out saying he wasn't sex trafficking. This is the indictment everybody's read, though. Absolutely everybody. But yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just all wild. Why does this little movie keep popping up on the side? What's going on with Tyler Robinson in court? I have a steak right here chilling next to me, getting the room temp because my cat will get into it if I leave it on the stove. What?
The case against Tyler Robinson is going to be very expensive, so the Utah State Legislature is being asked to spend $2 million more in taxpayer dollars to help out.
None of us asked for this, and we're trying to deal with it. We have to deal with it.
Utah County is asking lawmakers to spend $2 million to help with the case against Tyler Robinson. He's accused of shooting and killing Charlie Kirk during an appearance at Utah Valley University
It's all about the money, bro.
Last year and faces the death penalty if convicted. The case has generated international attention.
This is not a
well, shout out you, Skippy. I hope you have a good time, brother.
Standard case or even a standard capital case.
The very public nature of this case requires unprecedented attention to detail.
There's increased costs for security, specialized lawyers, and the trial itself. Utah County is not part of a special fund for capital cases, which also impacts things.
We've taken on a self-insurance model where the funding that we would have used towards joining that fund, we've set aside for these unprecedented costs.
So lawmakers are being asked to spend the $2 million to help.
This one, I believe the state should, we can all pitch in and help you on this one together.
They got support for the idea.
This is kind of an unprecedented event in the state of Utah. It's one of the more national level, worldwide level issues that's happened, and it's what I would call a black swan event that nobody anticipated, and so I think that there's a lot of sympathy on that.
We're only asking for the state to partner with us on a portion of this. While the exact costs are undetermined, we have no real idea of what it could be.
Now that funding request is being considered with a lot of other appropriations requests up here. We should find out what ultimately gets funded by the legislature.
Have a good day,
starting
Stacey.
as early as next week. On the Hill, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys, man. Oh, what was the last thing I was going to say? Dang it. Darn it.
The case against Tyler Robinson is going to be
just days before his father's second inauguration last January. President Trump's teenage son Barron placed an urgent call for help to police in London. Quote, "I'm calling from the U.S., Barron Trump told an operator at the UK's 999 emergency line. I just got a call from a girl, she's getting beat up," adding, "It's really an emergency." That call's transcript, released by prosecutors, now key evidence in the London trial of 22-year-old Russian national Matvey Rumietsev, accused of rape and assault, which he denies. The January attack allegedly witnessed in part by Trump, whose late-night video call to the victim was briefly answered by the defendant, whom Trump would describe in an email to prosecutors as a, quote,
"Ooh, Barron's getting that Russian cooch, bro? That's crazy. Barron's over here getting that Russian? Man, he's seeing it. He called in and said someone's getting beat up. I bet you he called in and she accidentally answered and she was cheating all the way over there. Man, he's getting that Russian putang, man. Shout out Barron, man. He's a player. He looks like he's really a player behind the scenes, No, the show's not over for another 10 minutes. We got this.
Shirtless man with darkish hair.
Another 10 to 15, maybe 20 minutes. Then I'm going to end it. Cook myself something to eat before I go to my daughter's Valentine's Day event.
To British media covering the trial. The victim reportedly praising Trump in testimony Wednesday. Quote, "He helped save my life. That call was like a sign from God at that moment." Barron Trump, the only son of the president and First Lady Melania Trump, keeps a low public profile with no public speeches and few appearances. His father crediting the teen for his help finding ways to reach young voters.
He knew the youth vote.
On the night of the incident, the operator pressed Trump for details about the victim and how he knew her. Quote, "I don't think those details matter. She's getting beat up," Trump replies, adding, "I met her on social media." British media reporting that the defendant testified today that he told the victim in the fall of 2024 that he was, quote, "upset about her talking to Barron Trump." Both the White House and the First Lady's office declined to comment on this case.
Ooh, that girl's ex is crazy, and she moved on to Barron Trump, and now he's coming to whoop that ass? That's crazy. Allegedly.
Garrett, thank you. When we return at 6, we thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
That is wild. I never knew that happened. Am I zoomed in or something? What is going on here?
She can't stop. She can't stop her from making
I can't watch this. I feel bad for Michael Jackson, man. Taken out because of Epstein.
You can still see the facial hair above his
Is that the
lip.
car interest in the Guthrie case? Let's see.
It didn't conceal him enough. He didn't come there prepared to cover the camera. He starts out with his hand and this isn't enough. I think I need to grab some shrubbery, and puts it up there. This is not a professional, in my opinion.
All right, let's take some comments here, and we're gonna exclusively focus on just the VIP while we have Jennifer on stream. We'll get to the YouTube chat, the TikTok chat, the Facebook chat in a little bit. But right now, if you want to submit a question, it's on heyjb.live. Again, no paywall, no sign up required. There's no gotcha moment. You literally just hop over there. You can punch in your comment, and then you can come right back here to the live stream. I stake my reputation on that. We're not trying. It's just for interactivity. So let's go to. Let's see here. This comment comes in from Beaky. We'll go to Beaky's comment here saying, I think Pima County have messed up this whole investigation. The FBI needs to be informed of everything. What do you make of this comment, Jennifer?
Well, I certainly agree with her. There's no way to run an investigation.
I certainly don't trust the FBI. You know what I mean? So this is nothing burger.
I gotta move the stuff off my front seat. Okay.
Why are they doing manhunts if she's potentially being held captive? Like, you think you're gonna find the house? You know what I mean? Like, why would she? Like, what are the manhunts for? I don't understand.
Put it in the back.
857's heading up there soon, I think.
Oh, 857 is?
Yeah.
It's not OJ's Bronco. Mercedes.
Joining us now with more on all of tonight's new details, the host of Crime Stories on Fox 1, Nancy Grace. All right.
Dude, shout out to everybody who grew up with their mom watching Nancy Grace every day.
We have both
every
been
night
kind of
drinking her
skirting
beer
around the issue. We have talked about it privately. I have told you my FBI sources were very clear to me that local authorities, and I'm not talking about rank and file. I want to be very clear. The leadership did not want them there. There has been a turf war. There has been this feeling of bigfooting. But taking a glove and sending it to a private lab in Florida instead of the FBI headquarters in Quantico, really?
There are cases where DNA is sent to a particular lab, a specialty lab, a lab that could have an expertise in diluted, destroyed, old, degenerated DNA. But even if that's why he's hanging his hat on an excuse to send it to a private lab in Florida, they don't have anything that the FBI doesn't have. So that's not going to wash. And I want to tell you something, Sean. I've tried many, many DNA cases. I've tried many cases without DNA. You can use up DNA if you have a small amount, which comes from touch DNA. It's not like blood or sperm where you may have a lot of DNA and a very small amount of fluid, but you have a lot of DNA. Touch DNA, no. If there is it hurts me to think of this. If there is a small amount of DNA inside one of those gloves and it is sent to a lab for testing, that DNA could be used up in the testing. It's very hard to regenerate DNA for testing purposes. So what I'm saying is, if that lab in Florida uses up that touch DNA, it's over. Does he not realize what he is risking? He needs to go back to his basketball game and let the feds handle this in Quantico. But it's done. It is done. And I can't tell you the difference DNA makes in a case. That's the number one thing right now. Second is the vehicle, trucks. The feds are looking for trucks. A gray truck in particular. They're asking everyone within a 2-mile radius to pull video and have they seen a truck? Have they seen a gray truck? And do they own a truck? And do they know somebody that does own a truck? Why did they focus on a truck because apparently a truck has been picked up on video surveillance around questionable times. Now, if you look at times at which they are searching, they're looking at a date back in January, 3 weeks before the incident, and they're looking at the time a day before the incidents. One is daytime, one is night. They're looking at surveillance video, and I think they've seen a gray truck surveilling the home in daytime conditions and nighttime conditions.
Right? She does look good for her age, though. I wonder how old she is.
Why do we need the vehicle? Nancy Guthrie was bleeding, and I don't care how much they clean that vehicle. They're not going to get rid of all the blood. A vehicle makes all the difference. Do I have to say Brian Kohberger? We know the DNA helped the case, cracked the case, but it all started with an ID of an Elantra, and white Elantra, and that went over to WSU, Washington State University in Pullman.
Yeah, guys, it's those small things, those small details that just sometimes lead to big things that crack the case. 100%, man.
Their local deputy dog at the campus police. He ran a white Elantra.
Sorry if you guys see me looking down. I'm just making notes for this case because I'm going to cover it and I'm going to look into it more. And you're going to see me drop a video about it. So, yeah.
Kohberger's name came up at the get-go. Then you've got Molly Tibbetts, a young woman, jogging, college student, you know how they apprehended that perp? Because of a black Chevy Malibu caught on video. That's how important this gray truck is tonight. That and the DNA are what we need to focus on. We've got a physical description. It's loose. A guy 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", dark hair, did have a mustache, did have facial hair, probably not anymore. But it's the DNA that will carry the day. And another thing, why I think they were looking at Carlos Palazuelos, I believe what you and I talked about on night one, Sean, CAST, Cellular Analysis Survey Team, I think they picked up Palazuelos' cell phone in and out of that neighborhood, identified him, and then swooped in and got him. So they are working the phone angle. I know that for a fact.
Well, I know without the FBI there, they never would have gotten that videotape. And the Pima County Sheriff even said early on in a press conference that they would not have no access to any videotapes. He did say that. I hate this turf war thing. The glove seems to be the main thing. Do you remember early on, there was one neighbor that reported that in the days leading up to this abduction, that there was a white truck, white, gray, I don't know, different, but maybe close enough, that had been on the street, which seemed out of place. Maybe we go back to that point and maybe we find that white truck.
Well, interesting something that you brought up about that white vehicle. And that was, it was parked in the neighborhood. Nobody could identify it as being theirs. Didn't know whose it was. And if it was a repair person, it had no logo on the side, on the back, nothing. So what was it and why was it there? And again, there is no coincidence in criminal law. And if that white or gray vehicle was parked on the street and people had noticed it days in advance before Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped, and now they're looking for a gray vehicle, I think that's very probative, Sean.
Yeah. All right. So the glove, hopefully we get the DNA. Hopefully they might get a match, and hopefully the FBI and local law enforcement can put aside their differences and their egos and work together for the good of finding Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Grace, thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Millions of pages of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein, providing more information on the convicted sex offender's crimes. Among the files, claims bodies are buried near Epstein's Zorro Ranch in Santa Fe County. Tonight, the state land commissioner demanding an investigation.
Why not just go fucking
I'm going to keep asking questions and keep poking around until I get an answer.
Those coming from an anonymous email in 2019 addressed to a local radio host.
Aaliyah Chavez spoke with him and has the details of that email.
Yeah, Doug, Shelley, we're also hearing tonight from the Attorney General's office, who says it takes these allegations seriously, but needs more information to do something about it. Eddie Aragon says it was early in the morning in November 2019 when he got this email from someone claiming they were a former staffer at Zorro Ranch. Writing, "Did you know somewhere in the hills outside of the Zorro, 2 foreign girls were buried on orders of Jeffrey and Madam G. Both died by strangulation during rough fetish sex."
I got the email. I was startled.
The emailer says they had 7 sex videos, including some with minors, but never actually sent the footage, asking Aragon for digital currency Bitcoin.
Approximately at that time, Bitcoin was worth about $8,000. They wanted in exchange 1 Bitcoin for the videos that they had in possession.
Aragon says he didn't know what to do with the email, so he sent it to the FBI.
I've since referred to the FBI on a number of other things, and I've never heard back from them on anything.
Fast forward 6 years later, the DOJ released Aragon's email as part of the Epstein files.
What's crazy is that this is all his property, and it's still being like mended to. Like, you see this guy putting stuff out for the cows. Like, it's just wild. Wild how we are just not paying attention to any of this and not caring.
Matters. I think that New Mexicans need answers. I think the victims need answers.
That's what prompted New Mexico Public Lands Commissioner Stephanie Garcia Richard to send
Welcome in,
this
Banjo.
letter to the Attorney General and the U.S. Attorney's Office Tuesday, asking them to thoroughly investigate this disturbing allegation regarding the referenced burials.
We need to get to the bottom of really what happened in New Mexico.
She says she was horrified to learn in 2019 that our state was still leasing lands around Zorro Ranch to Epstein's company.
I canceled the leases at that time.
A month after Epstein killed himself in jail, the land around the mansion totals around 1,200 acres and hasn't been leased out since.
We're thinking to possibly turn it into a memorial to honor the victims, or as some kind of wildlife sanctuary, perhaps. So that's what we're thinking for that land.
Attorney General Raul Torres' office responding to Garcia Richard hours later with this letter. As we understand it, the allegations appear to be unsubstantiated, it says, going on to say they will work to obtain the original files. Once such information is obtained, our office will review it to determine whether any further action is warranted, and if so, the appropriate next steps.
To my knowledge, no investigation has taken place thus far. It doesn't sound like anything is going to be taking place very soon.
The commissioner says she's ready to offer all state land for investigation, but can't do anything about the ranch since it's privately owned, bought by new owners and renamed. Aaliyah Chavez, KOAT Action 7.
Well, you already know Jeffrey Epstein's homeboys came through and swooped that up real quick. Gotta keep that land.
News.
We asked the U.S. Attorney for a comment. They referred us to the FBI, which declined.
Isn't it true that you kept a calendar or schedule?
Just looking at this guy is like, oh my God, you know, just looking at him is crazy.
Okay, change.
Turn off the video record at 1:05 p.m.
Mr. Epstein, how long have you been sexually attracted to underage minor females?
Objection, harassing, argumentative. Are you kidding?
No, I mean, I don't feel like I'm divulging any secrets here, right?
Move to strike.
No, that's the question.
I'd like to answer that question as well. I'll get all your other questions today. However, I have to follow my attorney's advice.
I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to dip out for a minute and grab a cigarette. I've never seen this, so I just want to watch it.
They have told me that I must invoke my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment right to not answer those questions today or any questions relevant to this lawsuit.
What was the name of any of the underage minors that were the subject of the criminal charges to which you pled guilty?
I don't know.
So tell me about those charges. What were the allegations of those charges?
Form. Solicitation of prostitution.
Okay.
Not underage prostitution, prostitution.
Were the victims or the prostitutes, as you would say, were they minors?
Form. I pled guilty to solicitation of prostitution.
Okay, so tell me what those cases were about. What happened?
I have no more. I can't tell you any more than that.
You don't know what you pled guilty to?
I just told you.
I'm going to object to form. That's asked and answered.
Do you know what you pled guilty to? The facts.
Solicitation of prostitution.
I understand that's the charge. What were the underlying facts?
Sorry.
What did you do? Did you pull up in a car, talk to the person? Did they come over to your house? How'd you get them? Those kind of things.
Carmel.
Tell the jury. What were the underlying facts about the charge that you pled guilty to?
Form. Move to strike.
I don't know.
You don't know what you pled guilty to?
I pled guilty to solicitation of prostitution. Not underage prostitution, but prostitution.
And just so the jury understands, these 3 females that were the subject of the guilty pleas in state court were procured by your method of having underage minor females locate other underage minor females and bring them to your house. Isn't that correct?
Objection. Argumentative, compound, harassing, assumes facts not in evidence.
You'll have to
and I move
repeat.
to strike.
I have to repeat the question.
Okay. Are all people that were, at the time you engaged in sexual activity with them, were underage and were brought by other underage minor females? Is that true?
Same objections incorporated. As well as the motion to strike.
I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't even understand the question.
Isn't it true that you used underage minor females to bring other underage minor females to your house for sex?
Asked and answered. Way earlier on.
Well, he doesn't understand the question, so I'm going through the progression.
Not a problem.
But it is asked and answered.
As your firm, Mr. Edwards and Mr. Jaffe, has been described by the U.S. Attorney as perpetrating one of the largest frauds in South Florida's history by crafting malicious cases of a sexual nature against people like me and others in order to fleece, using bogus schemes, in the U.S. Attorney's words, investment schemes. Unfortunately, though, I'd like to answer every one of your questions if I'm able. My attorneys have advised me I must assert my 6th Amendment, 14th Amendment, and 5th Amendment rights under the U.S. Constitution. Therefore, at the moment, I cannot answer that question.
Never seen it.
Now, videos included in the latest drop provide a disturbing look inside the life of the convicted sex offender. More than 2,000 videos make up hours of footage, and it includes videos recorded by Epstein, received from others, or downloaded from the internet. Joining me now is Tanya Lukyanova, a video journalist at the Free Press. She dug through hours of that video and can give us some analysis.
It's funny how CBS is reporting on this when we all know who just bought CBS. Oh, the irony.
On what she saw, we should note the Free Press and CBS News share a parent company in Paramount Skydance. Tanya, good morning.
Morning.
It's traumatic for people to even dig through these files and see what they see, but you've done that. I'm curious what jumped out at you that wasn't clear before.
I think that the biggest revelation here is in the overall find of in the sheer volume of these files. You know, these files you can think of like if you were to see somebody's laptop or their phone or their devices, sort of like what kind of window into their psyche and private world can you glimpse at there? And I think we have not seen a new Epstein. We've seen this videos reveal the same Epstein over and over again, operating in plain sight, surrounded by enablers, insulated by wealth, and completely confident that this videos belong to him and they will never be sort of made public.
But you were telling me in the break that that's almost what jumps out at you, because he's recording these women and girls while he's speaking to them,
right,
thinking no one will ever see this footage.
The sheer volume of sexually explicit materials that he has asked his victims to send to him that have been found in his devices is sort of telling in and of itself. But you know, for anybody who's asking how something like this could have been of Epstein's evil, I think, you know, I think he's been such a mythological creature,
mythological creature. It's crazy.
I should say creature. He's been, you know,
these videos are the weirdest. Like these videos, like why would you make, like what are you? He's got to be tweaking. Like look at his face, bro. I mean, he's got to be tweaking on something, right? Right? Gotta be. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta take a screenshot of that for a future thumbnail. You know what I mean? Future thumbnail ski.
Try to ascribe him some qualities that he might not possess because it's hard to kind of wrap our brain around how something like this could be happening. And I think these videos together, watched together, go a long way in terms of explaining how something like this could be happening.
Now, there is also a 2-hour interview conducted by Steve Bannon.
That's right.
What did that reveal?
Well, first of all, as you know, the emails have also revealed sort of a friendship of sorts that has been going on between Epstein and Steve Bannon. That is a bizarre interview. It was apparently intended for a sympathetic...
You're good, Stacey. Just leave them. Regular keyboard warriors. We don't pay attention to them. We're a family.
Documentary that was meant to rehabilitate Epstein's image. It was conducted sometime in 2019. It's really meandering. It's almost 2 hours long. It goes through a number of topics. They talk about politics, economics, science. You're the devil himself.
Well, I want to watch
and it ends up being
that.
one of the last questions then.
I would like to watch that. Do they have that? Do they have the interview? Or was it deleted?
Is your money dirty money?
If you live,
I just asked a question. Is your money dirty money?
No, it's not. So, in fact,
why is it not dirty money?
Because I earned it. But I can tell you that with the money I gave to help try to...
No, but maybe you're not part of the family. You're not part of the family. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Stacy. I'm not talking to you. So, yeah. You're not a part of the family. Here. I'll help you realize that. Oops. Well, I wish I could, whatever. But.
Eradicate polio in Pakistan and India. No, it's not. So, in fact...
Why is it not dirty money?
Because I earned it. But I can tell you that...
I got you, Stacy.
With the money I gave to help try to eradicate polio in Pakistan and India, instead of asking me whether that money should be given to these children for vaccines, I think you might want to ask their mothers. I think if you told them, if I told them the devil,
100%.
the devil
himself,
the devil himself said, "I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life."
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
What's the other argument?
Let me give you.
That's a crazy answer.
I know in my case,
is your money dirty money?
If you live,
I just asked a question. Is your money dirty money?
No, it's not. So, in fact...
Why is it not dirty money?
Because I earned it.
But you earned it
through... I earned it legally.
We went back to this before. You earned it...
Oops. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
So, instead of asking me the question, should you... Legitimate question.
You think it's a legitimate question?
Yes, no
Why?
question. Because I think about, I think ethics is always a complicated subject, but I can tell you that with the money I gave to help try to eradicate polio in Pakistan and India, instead of asking me whether that money should be given to these children.
Yeah, you gave it because you're interested in genetics, and not only that, but I mean, you just got given billions by Leslie Wexner and other people all the time.
For vaccines, I think you might want to ask their mothers who received the vaccine, who know their child now won't get polio, and ask them if Epstein should have helped these people.
So basically, he's saying he experimented on a bunch of kids in Pakistan and whatnot, allegedly. What were in the vaccines? Do you have a vaccine packet? Can I read it?
If we walked in, you're a mathematician. You're a mathematician. If we walked into that clinic where they're giving that money out to these people that are in the most dire straits of poverty and sickness, and told them that the money was coming from class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
Tier 1's the highest and worst?
No,
I'm the lowest.
I'm the lowest.
You're the lowest. Okay, tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
That the money came from them. What percentage of people do you estimate? I understand you don't like probabilities. Do you estimate would say, I don't care, I want the money for my children?
I would say everyone said, I want the money for my children.
Did they know where the money came from?
I think if you told them,
if I told them
the devil,
100%.
the devil
himself.
The devil himself said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil?
Dude, this is crazy to listen to.
Himself.
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question. Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes. You're incredibly smart. You remember, the devil is somebody knows
smart?
The devil's brilliant. You read Milton's Paradise Lost.
No, the devil scares me.
Satan is at the number 1 or 2 archangel, and the reason he goes to hell and leads the rebellion is because he can't be the top guy. And his thing is, I'd rather reign in hell than serve in heaven.
I saw that in a movie once called American Dharma. I don't remember who said it. Okay, we have to go.
Okay, good. Okay, that was good. That was good.
Dude, just evil. Holy shit. Evil guy, man. I'll be dropping some videos on him too. I got a lot of different videos dropping. Dropped one last night. Make sure you guys go check that out. I'm going to get off. I appreciate every single... I know listening to his voice is very weird because I haven't heard his voice up until recently. I agree. Yeah, he's sick. So make sure everybody who's new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Join the family. I can't remember how many subscribers we are at. Let's go check real quick. Let's check real quick how many subs we are at. We are at 10,350. We are almost halfway to 11,000. God bless every single one of you guys for being here. Thank you for spending all your time with me today. Yeah, I got some videos coming out. Make sure you go support my latest upload. Make sure you guys click the notification bell so you can be in every single stream. And most importantly, if you guys want to help me outside of streaming, go to www.ko-fi.com/see-me-now to donate and get your name written on the donor wall. Comment. Much love to every single person in here. God bless you guys. Thank you for being here with me today. And I gotta go to my daughter's Valentine's Day thing here soon, and I got some videos to do, so look out for those. I love you guys. Much love to everybody in here. Thank you guys for being the best family ever and the best community on YouTube. I swear, every day is a fun day, Monday through Friday. I will see you guys Monday, unless I get the bug to stream this weekend a little bit, but I will be dropping videos.